Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the first home game of the season here for Westfield. We're in October, and it's just now the first home game for the Hornets, but the Hornets' nest is beautiful confines here tonight as Westfield plays host to the Terrell Academy Eagles out of Dawson, Georgia. I am Brett Taylor, and we have filling in for Coach Chip Champion today, Coach Ken Fowler. I'd like to thank him for joining us, and Coach Fowler's normally here on the varsity sidelines, but this year he's actually coaching at the middle school level and doing fairly successful this year so far. And tell us a little bit about what's been going on with the middle school team, Coach.
Yeah, I'd be glad to. First of all, just try to fill in those big shoes Chip leaves. I know he's a pro's pro.
Right, but, absolutely.
No, enjoying our time on the middle school. Coach Farmer and I are working together on the middle school level, and it's just been a joy. Those kids are great. It's you tell them once, they'll do something. I've been so impressed with our bunch of kids because I'll give you an example. A week ago, we were playing down in Southland, and we had I drew up a play in the dirt during timeout. They executed it perfectly, and we scored a touchdown. So
that's awesome.
I've coached a lot of varsity teams that couldn't do that.
Right,
so
absolutely.
It's been a good time coaching those kids, and we've been fortunate to have some success.
So it looks like Westfield did win the toss here at the center of the field at the 50-yard line, and they deferred. They will be coming out here shortly. We'll go ahead and take a quick look at the starting lineups for the Hornets here tonight. And at quarterback, number 11, Hunter Kirkley, you've got 4 wide receivers. Number 2, Brody McDaniel. Number 3, Noah Blackman. Number 5, Ryan Powers. And number 26, Bishop Smallwood. Number 24, Porter Falk will be the running back tonight. And then the offensive line will look like this. Number 33, Dean Massey. Number 50, Seth Andrews. Number 52, Hudson McGee. Number 62, Cole Miller. And number 72, Tanner Roberson. Now, we may have some injuries that may adjust some of these starters, but that's what we've got so far. And then I did try to make some changes here on the defensive side because obviously we have had a few injuries there. But for the Hornets on the defensive side of things, the defensive backs look like this. You've got number 2, Brody McDaniel, number 10, Billy Jack Gregory, number 25, Trey Hardy, number 26, Bishop Smallwood. Linebackers, you got 3 of them, number 16, Bryant Greer, number 44, Cameron Kalmbach, and number 30, Brady Greer. And then at defensive line, you've got number 50, Seth Andrews, number 51, William Stringer, number 55, Luke White, and number 62, Cole Miller. And you're going to see probably a few different bodies roll in and out on both of the offense and the defense. I'm sure you're going to see Cameron Kalmbach in the backfield a good bit tonight as well. So
that'll be interesting to see with him starting now with Mike linebacker if he does play as much in the backfield. Right. Well, I'm sure they'd love to lean on Porter a little bit.
Right, he played so good down at Southland a couple weeks ago. You hope that you get that same production here tonight. Coach Fowler, you know a little bit about Terrell. Give us an indication of what we might expect here tonight from the Terrell Eagles. Well,
you're going to see a spread offense. Coach Murdoch, Bill Murdoch, is their head coach. He's their high school principal. He's their offensive coordinator. He's really got a great offensive mind, probably one of the best offensive minds in our league. He's well respected around the state. He's kind of was the first in our league to really go to that spread, other than maybe Greg Moore at FPD when they were in our league. But anyway, defensively, they traditionally are in an odd front. They may call it a 3-4 or 3-3 stack, but there's some sort of an odd front, and I'm sure there will be tonight too with us coming out with 4 wide. One thing I will note, we'll see what happens when we go on offense, but I'm fairly certain Luke White will be starting at guard. But we'll see how that plays out because he's starting on defense, so he may not. I don't know.
Yeah, so sometimes the starters hang over from the previous week or whatnot, right. So we may just have to wait to see, like you said. But I'm sure that stuff, competition happens week to week, obviously injuries and then changes maybe in game plans. So you may see some different bodies in some different spots. But right now you've got number 14, that's Jackson Slade, set to kick off, deep to return for the Eagles, and I cannot see numbers at all, so bear with me here tonight. That was taken at about the 13-yard line, getting upfield quickly, and you're right about athleticism as he got to about the 30-yard line in a couple seconds, all the way out of the 35, we'll call it.
Number 7.
And that's number 7. That's Sharnard Pittman.
Yeah, he caught a long pass last year, and he caught a short pass and turned into a long gain last year for a touchdown. They were very athletic last year, and word on the street is they may have picked up a few kids that also were very athletic. So I'm expecting them to be quite a challenge for our secondary and linebacking core to keep those guys contained. and really be important not to let anything behind you, although we've got everybody kind of rolled up tight here on the first play.
Right. Well, it'll be interesting to see how much time Lawrence Carpenter has to throw the football here tonight. Handoff to the running back and tackled quickly, but still a nice pickup of maybe 3 yards.
Yeah, Cameron Comeback diagnosed that pretty quickly. I would bet as the night goes on that's not where they're going to find their success. We're pretty stout up in the box. I'd expect them to start trying to attack the perimeter pretty soon.
Yeah, did not catch the running back on that carry right there, but a nice pickup of 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for Carpenter and his Eagles. And you got number 14 out here wide. That's Luke Addison. And 3 wide receivers to the right of Carpenter, 1 to the left. He's going to drop back, roll to his right. Looking to throws the ball deep. Ball underthrown, picked off by Westfield. Up the field.
No,
that's McDaniel.
That's Brody McDaniel. That's
right.
Brody
McDaniel, he's got a lane, and the angle cut off by number 7. And I tell you what,
I thought it was a late hit personally.
Right, and he got pushed all the way to the track, but a great play right there by McDaniel. And I tell you what a way to start for Westfield's defense.
No doubt. Defense has been stout all year and showed it again right there. Great pick. He really kind of threw the ball to the wrong guy. I thought the guy underneath might have been a little more space, but we were all over that. He had no shot, and now we're set up in great field position to try to punch one in early.
So 1st and 10 for the Hornets at the Terrell 29-yard line. Kirkley going to come back in the shotgun with, looks like, Porter Falk to his left. Going to give the handoff up the middle. Falk gets almost to the 26-yard line. We'll call it a 3-yard pickup.
Yeah, don't be surprised there. Little inside zone action. I think if quarterback pulls that and runs around the left side, he's going to have some room to run. Don't be surprised if we see that again soon.
Well, I think Kirkley did that a couple weeks ago down at Southland on the goal line and just kind of walked into the end zone.
Yeah, the end crashed really hard, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that again soon. In fact, we're kind of lined up in a similar look. Let's see if they come back to it right away or we wait.
So 3 wide to the left, going to fake the handoff. No, going to keep it. The end does crash down. Kirkley gets away and picks up almost 5 yards down to the 21-yard line. And a great call right there, Coach. Again, ran pretty much the exact same play, but he keeps it that time. He did get pulled by the jersey, kind of held him up a little bit. But
well, 34, and I can take my glasses off to read his name. Query Mitchell is a heck of an athlete. We had a hard time. My son lined up across from him last year, and he talked about it all year, how hard that kid was to block. So he's a great athlete.
And with the reach Andrew has, that you're saying a little bit there, not being able to having trouble to blocking a kid like that. Fake the handoff and stuffed up. Got to think that this is probably 4-down territory, don't you think? Stuff right at the line right there.
I would think so. We're probably at the max end of our field goal kicker's range, so I would think we'd be going for this. We had a little blocking mix-up there, it looked like. Terrell ran a little bit of a stunt, I think, and kind of caught us not quite picking that up.
What about a jet sweep maybe here? Give somebody like Brody a chance to –
It'd have to be Powers or Brody's on the line, so he couldn't do it. Maybe Powers, but I would imagine we're going to see the ball in the air right here.
Going to hand the ball off to Falk.
There you go.
Falk stretches it wide.
And he's got a touchdown.
And he's going to score. Great play right there. And Falk makes the first man miss. Sorry about the camera work there. Logan had a little bit of trouble finding the football, but nonetheless, Westfield on top early, 6-0 on the nice stretch play there.
Your turn to call the play. It wasn't jet sweep, but it was certainly a sweep. So, it really stretched, but great play call. They found a weak spot in the defense.
Well, I just felt like Terrell had committed so much to the inside trying to make a play in the backfield there, and we had gone to the run play in the middle, maybe try to stretch him out a little bit and catch him in that overcommitment to the inside. I don't know.
Well, you also have Ryan Powers out there in the slot, and that's a big body to put a block for you. So.
And that kick, it's up. Didn't look like it came off the foot very good, but it's still through there.
Still
and Westfield leads 7-0 early. We'll take a quick break and come back with the rest of the first quarter right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
together. Athletic.
Friendships.
Confidence.
Challenging.
Success. Rewarding.
Welcome back here. Almost missed the kickoff here as Slade comes, toe meets leather. That ball not quite kicked as far. A little bit of trouble handling it there and breaking containment on the far side. And Westfield finally maybe corrals him. He does run out of bounds at about the 48-yard line of the Hornets.
I'm going to guess kicking into him was a mistake, and I bet they didn't plan that.
Right.
I would expect that ball to be kicked to the right side next time.
I mean, you might as well try to kick it inside the 30 out of bounds.
Yeah, well,
Ball's only placed on, the 35 or 40?
I guess they could make us re-kick it, though. But I would try to put some over here on the right side and just try this other guy. He may be good, too. I don't know, but that guy's giving us problems.
It's a 49-yard line. Was that number 7 again?
It
Pittman,
was.
Shenard Pittman. Carpenter in the backfield. 2-by-2 set here. Look at the throw deep. And that ball way overthrown by about 3 foot. That's number 14. And that is Luke Addison. And
I think he is a new player. We had some of the guys in my study hall today were talking about 14 was a guy they like to target on film. So
he's a big kid.
And he's got a little speed. You know,
yeah, he ran that ball down closer than I thought it was going to be.
Sure did, yeah. So you can kind of see a glimpse here in the Terrell's game plan. You know, early on they said, okay, we tried to run it, but I'm expecting perimeter passing and deep shots.
Right. We'll get the ball out there in space, let your guys make.
That's right.
And you know that Westfield's got such a stout defensive front, and there it is on display right on command.
There's just not much territory in there, buddy. Not with big Seth Andrews and Cole Miller and
I mean, that's the one
Luke
thing
White.
You and I talked about during the pregame before we came on air, just how big we are up front this season on the lines of scrimmage.
Right. And they've got Luke White in there, like I said, Seth Andrews. And I'm trying to see
but how much of that is trying to keep more linebackers inside
Cooper
the box?
Avery. Sorry, Cooper Avery's the other D, and I was trying to see who that was.
How much of that do you think is Terrell trying to keep more folks at the line of scrimmage and less of them on the perimeter?
Trying to keep people honest. You're right.
That ball dropped. That was going to be a first down easily. It looked like a screen almost. Or
I thought the same.
Odd.
We broke free up front, and the guy's backpedaling, so I did wonder if it wasn't a screen as well. But no, he had the guy on the drag route. Wide open, and guy just couldn't hold to it. And here we are again, midfield, fourth down.
Right, looks like it's going to be probably fourth and less than 5. Terrell probably goes for it, but right here they're in punt formation, so doesn't look like they have enough men on the line of scrimmage, to be honest with you. And no flag thrown, but it looked like they had 5 in the backfield. Powers, has trouble yet again with a fair catch, and Westfield will have the football at their own 20-yard line.
All right, so let's see if we can drive the length.
How much do you think, and, you know, one thing, I've been listening to some pregame, or not pregame, but some sports talk stuff this week, talking about some different games, but specifically Ole Miss and Alabama, and one fan called in and was talking about how Alabama needs to try to go back old school and really control the clock and the ball. How much do you think Westfield maybe employs that here tonight where Terrell, you know, likes to sling it around, wants to get in kind of a scoring fest? You can control the game and help your defense out here if you're Westfield, if you can run the football.
I think that's probably a good point. I just think you have to do that within what you do.
Right.
You know, and then we're going to see kind of, you know, can we – and you see here we got something that I haven't seen a lot of, which is a two-back set from us. So we're going to see if that's – no, it's quarterback draw. But that's another way to run the football that stays within what you do.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you, I'm looking over there at the far side, and we've got a receiver over there standing wide open. So I'm wondering if –
well, that means in this type of offense,
play action or something might be available to us.
In this type of offense, the swing passes and the hitches and the quick stop routes are more like an extension of the run game.
Right. That's right. And I can tell you, Coach Robinson, our offensive coordinator, really believes that all those types of passes are an extension of the run game. He actually used that verbiage with me earlier in the season.
It stretches the defense so much, and then it really opens things up for Porter when he does run it up the middle.
That play has been good to us this season. Powers on that drag route. And
that was going to be a first down catch as well, but ball just too far out in front. I tell you what, you can really tell when Kirkley's going to make a good pass when he gets his feet up under him. That throw a couple weeks ago at Southland on the flag pattern to our near sideline.
Right.
I mean, he got set. He made the throw. He anticipated it. It was perfect. It was perfectly dropped in a bucket right there, maybe a little bit off the back of his foot, and not a good throw.
I wouldn't mind seeing it. And again, I'm not trying to guess or whatever, but, powers up the seam might be something good here. There's a kind of a cover 1, cover 3 look, maybe cover 4. I don't know, but it's hard to tell with it lined up. There's a ball at the sideline. If we can get there, oh, yeah, that's gone.
And a great pass right there, and Noah Blackman going to walk into the end zone. Tell you what, how about the deep shot? You're coming into the game thinking maybe Terrell is going to employ that in Westfield.
Right. Exactly. And the thing you love about that is Kirkley just throws it up there and says, all right, I'm going to let my guy go make a play.
Right.
And he did it,
And honestly, I don't know what the back judge was looking at right there. That was pass interference. I mean, he basically rode him down.
He did. I think he started to slip and felt like, hey, better tackle the guy. But if you're going to do that, you actually have to make the tackle.
That was Blackman. If Noah drops that, does the official have to throw the flag at that point? It's kind of like the whole NBA. If he misses the layup, we got to call the foul.
I'll tell you what, I'm glad we'll never know.
Right. So a good kick right there. It's up and good, and Westfield on top 14-0 with only less than 6 minutes gone off the board here in the first quarter. And we'll take a quick break and come back with the rest of the first quarter right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just wanted to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I have 4 grandparents who are still living, and I realized after some research that this was the best way I could protect them and the community at large.
As a physician, I feel it's important to get them vaccinated for the masses to prevent overcrowding of our ICUs.
I got the vaccine to protect myself and also to protect my mother.
I would ask people, when you consider getting vaccinated for the COVID-19 virus.
And welcome back into the Hornets' Nest. Westfield on top 14-0.
So we kick it away from number 7 this time. Yeah, see, that's by design.
And going to give up some field position, but gets it out of the hands of a dangerous return man. And looks like Terrell will have the football at their own 43-yard line.
Yeah, you really did. That's not where you want them to be starting for sure. But, again, there's almost a 0 chance of that one going to the house.
Right.
But I'll tell you what, I love the way we've come out tonight. You want a team that is a good team. But now on paper – you're looking at a AAA contender versus a AA contender.
Right.
You want to send that message early. Hey, you're in the Hornets' Nest. You got a good team here. You're down 14-0. Now you got to start flinging it around, and maybe we can take advantage of a bad throw or something here.
Get some interceptions, some turnovers. Dropping back, Carpenter looking to throw deep.
Just taking shots and shots and shots.
That ball way overthrown. No.
How did that get called? I didn't even.
Wow, I thought the ball. They both ran together. I don't know what happened. I thought the ball was way overthrown. The ball was intended for number 7, Sharnard Pittman, and it looked like Luke Addison caught the football.
I'll tell you, though, that's what makes a team like Terrell so dangerous.
Wow.
You have to play perfect on the back end, and it's almost impossible to do. They're gonna hit a couple.
That ball was way overthrown, though. That was not intended for him. That's just, you got to tip your cap. That's just I hate to say it, but that's a lucky throw. Lucky throw and catch.
That's kind of one of those. I'm going to throw it as far as I can and hope one of you guys can get there.
Yeah.
Ooh, they got a solid kicker. Let's make a note of that.
Or
did they miss it? Oh, but it was plenty strong.
Yeah, it was plenty strong, but pulled it left, it looked like. And Westfield quickly on play number 1 of that drive gives up a long score. And they lead 14-6, but Terrell able to cut into the lead, only trails by 8 now.
Well, this is where you, as an offense, you have to keep your foot down on the gas.
Well, you'd like to see if Westfield can put a methodical drive together. You don't mind scoring whenever the opportunity presents
these are the things that as a coach on the sideline, it just made me so nervous because this is like the spot that you think, okay, this is where they're going to try a tricky onside kick, right? They just got back in the game. They've got the momentum. Don't let them steal one.
And this is where I'm not as clear on the rules on like onside kick and stuff, but Westfield clearly a couple yards away from the 50. Does the ball obviously has to go 10 yards. Do they have to allow for the receiving team to have an opportunity to catch the football like you do in the pros in college?
Yes. Yes.
Because I watched that Bishop Gorman game. I don't know if you saw the ending of that from a couple weeks ago. They never gave them an opportunity to catch it.
Well, if it's on the ground, it's different. But anything that bounces high in the air, you have or goes straight up. Yeah, that's a face mask. Do they call it?
Yes.
Yeah, they got it.
They got it. So Westfield is going to have the football in great field position after the return, gets the ball out to about the 32-yard line, but the 15-yard penalty will tack on more yardage here. That may get it in plus territory. We'll see.
The flag's on the 37.
Excuse me, 37. I said 32.
No, I mean, I didn't really know where it was either. I couldn't see because the players were kind of blocking my line of sight, but I'm hoping you're right. I'm hoping it does end this up in.
It is. He's in the.
On the 52.
Yes, exactly. He's on the 48-yard line of Terrell. So, again, great field position. Neither team has really wanted for field position in this game so far. The Hornets with the big turnover on I believe that was a third play from scrimmage. Brody McDaniel comes up with a big pick, takes it all the way inside the 30. And
he's offsides.
Westfield going to hand the football off to Porter.
He's gone.
And Porter Falk gets tracked down by the defensive back. That's number 28, I believe. No, that is not. That's number 20, Carson Montgomery. And he makes the tackle, but not before a Westfield first down at the 34-yard line of the Eagles. So Porter Falk having a good day so far.
No doubt. Yeah, we're blocking well up front, and we're giving him some crease to run in. And we all know he's got some explosion. So
I don't know. I know it's different type of offense, but he's got a lot of Josh Jenkins in him, in my opinion.
I can see that.
Kind of like a pinball.
Mm-hmm. Sure thing.
Hand the ball. No, fakes the handoff. Kirkley going to keep it. Gets to the outside. Does a good job of dipping inside and picking up as much as he can on the angle there. He's going to pick up about 4 to the 30-yard line. No, 29-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6 from there.
He's got, he's got a great arm. Obviously, showed it on the last touchdown pass, but he really can run. He's got some good wheels on him as well. So he's truly a solid dual threat guy.
And there is nothing wrong with that. That gives you another dimension and a numbers advantage. Throwing the football there to Ryan Powers, completed. And the Hornets will pick up another first down inside the 20. So we're in the red zone here for the Hornets.
Tough to tackle with one man. Ryan is a strong young man. I really believe he's got a chance to play somewhere at the next level. He's got, his.
It's okay. It happens to the best of us, or the worst of us.
As my headset goes flying off. Anyway, so, Ryan is just a heck of an athlete. He's shown that over and over. Back to the stretch play.
That
great cut.
And again, great cut. And Westfield does a good job blocking on the outside, creates an alley for Porter Falk, and he walks into the end zone.
He's shown that vision over and over again. Even last year we're running, like I said, a different offense, but giving him the ball in the jet sweep, and he just found that little cut back and found that lane. He just did it again. That's when he's really at his best.
So what was that, a 4-play drive, and the scoring just continues for both teams. 20-6 right now. The Hornets on pace to score 80.
We'll take it.
84 to be exact if they connect here. And that kick is up and good. And the Hornets lead 21-6 with 5:38 to go here in the first quarter. We'll take a quick break and come back with more of the first quarter right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And it's 21-6 here inside the nest. Westfield on top of the Eagles of Terrell Academy. Both of these squads have shown the propensity to score quickly. And 4 plays, and what was that, 48 yards or so, somewhere in there. And the Hornets cap it off with a big touchdown run, I think 18 yards from Porter Falk. So Slade back in the ball game, and he does a little hiccup.
There it is.
Kicks it low. Ball's going to get inside the 10-yard line, trying to get outside, and a great tackle right there. Who was that? Number 4?
Brooks Barber, I believe.
Brooks Barber with the tackle. Great job right there. And Westfield pins Terrell deep.
Make them drive the field. I know that's probably the message coming off the sideline there from Coach Fitzpatrick, Coach Kinsler. Make them earn it. Don't give up anything cheap right here. So
Hornets looking for a little Fitz magic in their first home game of the 2021 season. And they produced some so far.
You keep scoring every drive. You don't need a whole lot of Fitz magic.
That is the Fitz magic, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
Doubling up out here, and they're going to hand it off on the far side, but they were doubling up. Addison out here and hands the ball off, and a good pickup right there for Terrell.
McDaniel up from the secondary to make that tackle.
I did not make a read on who that running back was. Trying to listen to Mr. Dale to see who it was. Looks like it may be either. No, those are. I can't make out who it was. We'll have to figure that out. It was a different running back. It wasn't number 7, Pittman. It was a different one.
They've had a number 30-something back there earlier. So
2nd and 4 here for the Eagles. Looking to throw the ball, just a little pop pattern to Pittman. He gets knocked out of bounds after the first down. More like a square out for the back.
Well, I'm gonna steal a little expression from my co-middle school coach, Rhett Farmer, and say, yes, we just gave up a first down, but bleed slowly. That's his expression. Bleed slowly here. Just make them earn it.
Right.
Teams just usually aren't patient enough to do that. They end up making a mistake. There's a penalty or a turnover, something along those lines. So
you make them drive the length of the field.
Make them earn it. Even if they score, a lot of the clock comes off. That's not going anywhere.
Yep, great tackle right there. Good job of number 30, and that's one of those Greer boys.
Cole Miller had him by the knees, and Brady Greer came in and cleaned him up.
Yeah, I'm going to rely on you for which Greer it is. That was number 30, as you said, Brady Greer. And, again, Cole Miller with the initial contact. And looks like it is no pickup on the play, so a gain of 0. And they're going to go 2 by 2 here again out of the shotgun.
A little late lining up defensively.
Ooh.
He stayed on his feet. There we go. We got him there. I'm afraid.
They're going to
there's the flag. I was wondering if I thought we might have gotten away with it for a second there, but I'm pretty sure we got a face mask penalty.
Well, I think that Coach Kinsler's arguing he went back on his own accord behind the line to gain, and his forward progress was established out to about the 42. But when you give ground,
without a doubt, on your own,
it reestablishes where your forward progress is.
The flag came out late on the, assuming it's a face mask penalty. It came out really late, so I wondered for a minute if they had missed it.
Well, another thing is they threw the ball beyond the line of scrimmage, and that receiver out there was close to blocking prior to
that's true
blocking downfield prior with the ball in the air.
Personal foul, face mask, yeah.
So it's not really going to matter about the forward progress. That's where the defensive back almost needs to come up in and try to engage that block while the ball's in the air to force that call. So it's hard for the officials at this level to call that. Heck, they even missed those in college, but still. Although that's funny that back judge called that and not the side judge who was right there by it.
Well, a play like that is coming open right now because we're doing exactly what we talked about. We've loosened a little bit. I'm trying to keep everything in front of us, trying to make them earn it. And then they catch these little short passes. And, unfortunately, we got a penalty there to give them a big chunk of yardage.
Nowhere to go.
No,
he's going to lose a yard.
Those run fits are great. That's Brady Greer again on the tackle.
Yeah, nothing going inside for Terrell right now. I think they're doing that to try to keep the Hornets a little bit honest. But you can't get any momentum, any movement off that line of scrimmage against those Hornets up front. Doing a great job holding their ground and just coming up and making plays.
Well, we just made a Noah Blackman for Bryant Greer substitution, so we're in some sort of nickel package here. In fact, there are 5 DBs on the field.
We're going to throw a little screen out. And
same play that we got the face mask on a minute ago.
He gets tackled after a 4-yard gain. I think that might be Addison yet again. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 6.5, maybe 7. I know it's hard to do, but if one of those guys just sits down on that route, they're going to walk into the end zone.
Right, right. But the danger with that is you got to be up in his face, and then you can run the chance of him going by you. So
right,
it's coming this.
And there it is, knocking the ball. No, he makes the catch. What a great catch!
We held him short though, so it's going to be 4th and short.
Ooh, he's continuing to walk up closer to the line to gain though.
Well, I tell you, he did get a good favorable spot there, didn't he?
Goodness gracious!
They're saying 4th down, but it's 4th and really short. Well, the White Hat hasn't called it 4th down yet, actually. Are they going to measure? Yep.
I mean, when he was coming in to mark the ball, he didn't mark the ball where he was. He kept walking and kind of angling.
That's right.
Angling out.
That happens more than you think, and you think, hey, you can follow the line because I know they're straight. We help Coach Champion paint them. I know those suckers are straight.
Yeah, we'll see what the measurement looks like here. It's going to be very close, the spot he got. Again, I thought he was well short, but it's not going to matter if it's inches anyways because Terrell's either going to have to put it in the air or try to run on Westfield's defensive line. Looks like they got it.
By the nose of the ball.
I tell you what, that's got to be one that if you're the Hornet staff, you're probably looking back at and saying, I don't really like that spot. Official, please explain to me how you angled at about a 15-degree angle coming in to mark the ball. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles.
Again, though, bleeding slowly. Let's make them keep making plays. That was a great play, individual play. The guy catches it in traffic and fights for yardage. Make them keep making plays, and let's see what they can do.
Going to hand the football off. Nowhere to go yet.
Tried to get another blocker in the backfield.
Right.
Did not help.
A lot of times I've seen teams, especially at the college level, as that one goes for no gain, they'll line up in that, and then they'll bring that underneath back over and run kind of like a counter.
Yeah.
Try to kick out.
They can do that, or they can boot off that and have that
right.
H-back type go across the formation to the flat.
What do they call that? That Alabama used to run it all the time when they had Greg McElroy. Uh-oh.
My son's on the sidelines. I can't even figure out why. Oh, my goodness.
He's wanting to be on air. He's not getting on air.
No.
Sending a linebacker. And Westfield gets him down. That was number...
Cole Miller. 62 Cole Miller. At
30?
Brady Greer had the original pressure, but he kind of twisted away from Brady and fell right into Cole Miller's arms. Big guys say thank you.
Yep. Team effort right there. And again, looking for the opportunity to put Terrell behind the chains a bit. And as you mentioned, make Westfield bleed slowly, or I forget what you said.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah. And
but again, there's I don't want to say a mistake, a good play by us, but
took
now
an opportunity.
3rd and double sticks here, so obvious passing situation. The D-line can pin their ears back. DBs can loosen, as you can see. We rolled up on the.
And they're gonna throw a screen.
Found it. Oh, we should be there.
Yep,
yes,
not going to get loose from that, and actually going to be
loose.
a loss on
that
the play.
That ball's loose. Oh, they called it dead. I thought that was a fumble.
That was Kalmbach and who all else? 50.
You got me.
55, I think. That's
Luke White.
Luke White was there. I know Kalmbach was there because he picked up the football.
I want to make sure we give Luke White credit because his mom, Jeannie, is at home recovering from a recent hospital stay. And I hear she's doing a lot better. And I hope she's watching so I can tell you that we miss you and we can't wait to see you back here at the stadium.
Yeah, I mean, right now going to the hospital is kind of one of those things you don't want to have to do. So, yeah, definitely glad she's feeling better.
Good kick.
Yeah, absolutely. Ryan has had trouble with that. And
careful.
Tell you what, Kalmbach giving a little jawing back.
That is playing through the whistle.
And he's going to get a little bit of an earful coming here to the sideline. But if I'm a coach, I kind of like that aggression. You're not doing anything really too bad. But
yeah, I'm not condoning that activity. But, you want that middle linebacker to have a little something to him like that.
Oh, absolutely.
Always reminds me of a young man named Connor Coffin.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, he had a little spice to him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he had a little spice and some of everybody else's spice, too. He was a tough joker.
Him and Wade Walker out there.
And Wade's the nicest guy in the world,
right.
But what a football player.
Made a pretty good combo there for a few
did.
years. You had some interesting characters on that football team. At least I know the 2013 team. And
yeah, he's there.
Oh, good play by the defensive back.
Definitely was.
And that's going to run out the clock here at the end of the first quarter. And Westfield will take it, I think. It's 21-6. You give up a long pass play. That's really the only damage. And looks like Westfield's going to be second down and 11. But that's going to be into the first quarter. And the Hornets will take a lead here to the second quarter. 21-6. We'll come back with the start of the second right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just want to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I have 4 grandparents who are still living, and I realized after some research that this was the best way I could protect them and the community at large.
As a physician, I feel it's important to get vaccinated for the masses to prevent overcrowding of our ICUs.
I got the vaccine to protect myself and also to protect my mother.
I would ask people, when you consider getting vaccinated for the COVID-19 virus, not only consider your own risk stratification, but also your role in the community.
And welcome back inside the Hornets' Nest. Westfield leads 21-6 here at the start of the second quarter. I'm Brett Taylor, alongside me, Coach Ken Fowler, filling in for the chip champion.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Man, the myth, the legend.
Right. And it's second down. We'll call it 10.5. Westfield has a football at about the 16-yard line of their own. So we'll see if the Hornets can continue to move the football as they have most of the game. Kirkley looking to throw. Going to throw a screen.
Tunnel screen, yeah.
And Powers bouncing off players. Going to pick up about 3 on the play.
That play's been good for us the first 3 games, but and we threw it actually to the right side. Usually, we've thrown it both sides, I guess, but you can't help but wonder if, we've put it on film now a few times, so that might be one of the – we've hit it for big plays as recently as the Southland game. So I'm sure that might have been one of my play they kind of had circled on their defensive scout list. But it may set up something else.
Release that blocker.
Powers has got an advantage right now if I can get him vertical. There it is. Nope, throw it underneath.
Throw it underneath. Get it to – who is that, McDaniel?
It is.
So Brody picks up a first down on the square end route there, kind of a curl route.
That's what it was, curl route underneath the vertical. Ryan pushed the safety deep. Curl route right up under behind him. It's well designed concept.
So 3-by-1 here.
There's a stretch.
Hand the ball off to Porter Falk, who has had nothing but – that's the worst run he's had on that play in the game, and that's a 5-yard pickup.
Yeah,
he'll take that.
And he just ran so well. He runs so hard and just hits it. He just does a good job.
He's a wrestler, right?
Definitely. He's a state champion wrestler.
Right. So, I mean, you got to think the toughness, the grit, and you would think a wrestler's probably in pretty decent shape. He's going to wear you down before you wear him down.
He will, without a doubt. And that's what we need. We need him in the game running hard like this to make our offense really buzz.
Looking to set up a screen. Right there. Porter with the football, going to cut inside, and a good job by Terrell, honestly.
They sniffed it out.
He picks up a couple. Maybe if he stays outside, it probably serves him a little bit better. But still, you're in good, manageable position here in 3rd down and about 3. You go back to a run play, maybe a read play with Kirkley.
Could be a quick pass, but I'm with you. I look quarterback run here. No, quick. Not bad. That's a good play design. Tough to defend that coming out of the backfield that quick.
Right, that's just a little bit of a, what do you call that, almost like a flare pattern out of the backfield.
Porter looks like he might have got a little dinged up. He's holding up his finger.
In the NFL, that's kind of a safety valve, but that almost looked like a design play right there.
Oh, it definitely was.
That was
something to get 3 yards, designed for that situation specifically.
Right, that's not a check down. That is a check down, but not a check down. That makes any sense.
It's hard for the guy defending him in man to get to him through the trash.
Right.
So,
because he's coming inside out to try to make that play. He's just not going to get there within 3 yards.
Cameron Kalmbach has come in to play for Porter.
And here's where the power
got to play.
Comes in, and he breaks a couple arm tackles and picks up 9 yards. And here's where you're probably smelling a little blood in the water, if you will, if you're Westfield. Kind of have Terrell on their heels and really kind of sucking a little air right now. Their defense moving a little slow. Westfield's been able to throw the ball and run it.
That's right. Got them on their heels for sure. We're starting to put together a little drive here. Remember, this drive started from pretty deep.
You start seeing those defensive linemen, 3 out of the 4 got hands on hips. It's not a good sign. And there's that pass again.
Got him. Oh, what a catch. Goodness gracious.
Holy cow. What a throw and what a better catch. Ryan Powers.
I don't mean to discount the pass. It was a great pass. I shouldn't. But listen, that catch with a guy draped on him. When I tell you, I think he's got, next level potential. I mean, I really do.
He's definitely got a good frame. He's a great athlete. I say this every time we talk about him. He's such a smooth athlete on the baseball field too, at shortstop. And going to hand the ball off here. Kalmbach breaks a tackle, breaks another, and I tell you what, that's got to wear on the defense. I know you stopped him at the line of scrimmage, but he broke 4 tackles there, and Porter Falk going to come back in to spell Kalmbach. Westfield doesn't pick up any yardage on the play, but that shows you some toughness right there from your running back coming in to spell
definitely.
Porter.
Kirkley must have seen something because he came sprinting over the sideline to talk to Coach Robinson. So I'll tell you what I thought I saw there. He might have had a chance to pull that, and that's kind of the flip of the inside zone. He runs that stretch, that outside zone look, and he can pull it and square back up to the middle.
Right, yeah.
So I thought they might have over-pursued a little bit, so don't be surprised if they don't come back to that.
Looking to throw here.
Almost that corner route, but it wasn't there.
Ooh, good tackle right there. Going to hit on the drag pattern. Looks like Ryan Powers, but a great tackle by, is that number 30?
It's hard for me to see the numbers.
No.
I don't have the eyes I did as a 25-year-old.
I can't make out that number. It's 36 maybe. I think Andy Alston made the tackle there. So that brings up 3rd down and 7, we'll call it.
Well, you're certainly in field goal range if you come to it, but I don't, certainly you want 6 here.
So Kirkley going to drop back, looking to throw, going to throw a screen again and get upfield, get inside the 5, but going to be short of the first down by about 3-4 yards.
Well, kind of in that.
Yeah, I think they're going to kick it.
Looks like they're sending the kicker on.
So Westfield will try a field goal to extend the lead. They're already up 21-6. and looking to go up 18 with this kick. You could go to the Paul Johnson school of drawing off sides and try to line up quickly and get them to jump off.
Yep.
Slade in to do the kicking. I think Powers holding. Kick is up.
Maybe Brody.
Was it Brody? Looks like it's no good, just wide right. So, unfortunately, Westfield drives the length of the field and is turned away at the 5-yard line. It does not pick up a field goal. So the ball's going to be placed at the 20, I believe.
Yeah, that is the rule. I always forget that's the rule, but you're right. But, you know, it's unfortunate. Obviously, you want the points. And really, you want the touchdown there.
Right.
But, you know, worst-case scenario, they're pinned deep. You burned, you know, several minutes off the game clock. So not all in all, not all bad.
Do you think Westfield's probably going back and saying maybe we attack through the run game there when it's 3rd and 7 and potentially
set yourself
try
up
to
for
go
4th and short?
Two down, right.
Maybe, but, you know, the benefit of hindsight. You know, if they catch that and right underneath and Ryan runs it in, you know, or they catch the tunnel and it scores, it's a great call. So
throwing the screen out there. I think that's Addison. He breaks
that
loose,
should have been
gets
an
out
illegal,
of bounds.
That should have been an illegal.
Yeah, they're
pick,
blocking. They're blocking way before the ball gets to the receiver.
We do have a bad angle. It's possible he was behind the line of scrimmage, which makes it all fine. But if he's across the line of scrimmage there, that's offensive pass interference. But
again, it happened so much in the game today, not really called as much as it probably should be.
But, you know, you see that on Saturdays and Sundays too.
Absolutely. So 3-by-1 set here with Carpenter in the backfield, dropping back to throw.
Oh,
and Westfield
we covered him up there.
Flushes him, but nobody home to make a tackle.
Ooh,
and Kalmbach absolutely plants him. Well, he's tiptoeing that. He's tiptoeing that sideline, and it's going to be 15 yards. But I tell you what, Kalmbach got his money's worth out of that one.
Yeah, it's hard to see. You know, it's easy to say. You know, we got to be a little more disciplined than that. But I've seen it happen. In fact, Walker Young was the best I've ever seen at it, of tiptoeing that sideline. And right before the defender gets there, it's tiptoe out of bounds. And boom, you get hit and draw the flag. So it's kind of a sucker play.
And lean into him a little bit.
That's right. So, but I'm not even saying that's happened because we can't see the other sideline. But it clearly, I felt like, was a late hit. But you know, and that stuff's got to be. And that kind of stuff's just like the face mask earlier. We're making them earn it, and then we make a penalty we don't need to make. So
right.
But that'll get cleaned up. Billy Jack needs to find the ball. There we go.
Carpenter, they were not set.
A timeout or?
I don't think they were set. No, they called a timeout.
Yeah. Well, what you don't want to happen here is let them stick one in for the half and go in with, you know, a little momentum.
Well, that and the fact that you really feel like right now you should be up 3 scores. And you missed a field goal, and now it feels like a different ball game, especially if they go down and punch this in.
It sure does. It sure does. And we've done a good job on both sides of the ball. We've moved. They haven't stopped us offensively. We have yet to punt tonight. So you feel good about what we're doing offensively, other than not finishing a couple of drives. The 3 points would have been big there if we could have knocked that through. And, you know, defensively we've done a good job. We gave up the one play that we still don't know how the guy catches the ball. And, you know, and they've had to drive the field some, and we've been able to stop them. And it may happen here too. But you just got to bow your neck right here, get a stop, hold them to, at worst, a field goal.
Right.
And get the ball back and, you know, may have enough time to try to get something on the board for the half. If nothing else, go in the half up 2 scores and get the ball coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know you hate to get too predictable on offense, but I wonder if Westfield goes back and looks at it and says, you know, we're having so much success running the football right now.
Yeah.
Do we want to just take control of the game at the line of scrimmage on offense and mix in some pass? We'll see what happens. I mean, right now, obviously, they're focusing on trying to stop Terrell. Carpenter drops back, looking to throw. Ball is caught one-handed. Wow.
That was a good catch.
So that's a 4-yard pickup there for Terrell. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6. Carpenter looked like the pass got a little bit away from him, but a great job right there by the receiver. That's number 11 on the reception. That is, I don't have a number for him. Do they have an 11 on that?
Yeah, Dozier Swain.
So Dozier Swain with the catch. And a 2nd down and 6 here for Carpenter and the Eagles.
They've pulled Ryan Powers out here on the at corner, playing some of these taller receivers that trying to take away some of that deep threat.
Oh, my. Trying to run the football, and that was a hold and a complete
Luke White,
domination.
I believe. Luke White just dominates his man up front, gets in the backfield, and
he almost tackles
that thing.
The quarterback and the running back.
He
on
almost
that play.
took the handoff.
And he was being held at the same time.
So that's a negative play again, making them on their way down the field. You got a negative play now. Now you're 3rd and long. Now you got to get a stop. We've got the big boys in there. I see Tanner Roberson's now in there playing some defensive line. So going to be tough up the middle, so I'm sure they'll be looking to attack the perimeter somehow or something in the passing game.
So Westfield.
Kind of late to recognize that back out. Brady Greer got there, though.
Greer makes the play in the flat. That's number 36 with the reception, Andy Alston, but not able to get out of the grip of Greer.
Interesting spot here. Of course, Terrell, I'm sure, is, full go mode right here, right. 4th and 3, 4th and 4. But if you don't get it, you set us up with pretty good field position with, 4 minutes and change left in the half, and we can certainly score in a hurry. So, big play in the game right here. As early as this is, it's, could be a big swinger.
Westfield's got to try to stay onside here. And they do. They're sending pressure, and they're going to pick up the 1st down, though.
Got a tackle.
And do not make the tackle. He stepped out, though.
I don't know.
He stepped on the line clear as day.
I think they got him for a hold.
Quindon Wright made a great play, but I think they're going to get a hold on number 7, Pittman, but
first down will be a first down, but it will come back 10 yards from that spot. Which really, ironically, would have been about where he thought he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, he definitely stepped on the line. I think the official missed it. But he did get a flag on a hold, I believe. They threw it at the 10-yard line.
He was close to that sideline. I don't know if he was out or not, but he certainly was close. Well, either way.
So a hold there on Terrell Academy. That's going to put the ball at about the 20-yard line, I believe, from the spot, unless they're going to say the spot was, well, they're marking it at the 10.
Yeah.
So the 20-yard line, 1st and 10.
It's a big play. I think if we drop him right when he catches it, he still has the 1st, but, you take away the big play at least.
Yeah, I mean, the unfortunate thing is if that takes another second to develop, quarterback's probably down in the backfield.
Yep.
Looking to throw the flag pattern deep.
Oh.
And that ball, the ball's out of bounds, though.
Uncatchable doesn't apply in high school.
But they looked like they were almost both out of bounds.
Oh, no. That may apply in high school. Now we got a penalty on the sideline.
Wow. So is face guarding applicable in high school still?
You can face guard.
Okay.
It is legal.
So then I'm wondering right there, did he make contact?
He must have, and either he made contact or the receiver is a great actor. Sometimes that happens. Sideline warning, so that's good. That won't be an applicable penalty. Next one will, though.
So that'll bring up 1st down and 10 at the 10. I think that'll actually be 1st and goal. So some big plays and a penalty there helps get inside the 20.
Right there.
And Addison catches the ball, and he's dropped for a loss of 1 on the play.
That's not the way we were lined up defensively. That's not the play to go to. We're lined up tight. That play didn't have a chance.
So 2nd down and 11, or 2nd and goal from the 11. Hornets desperately trying to get a stop here. They're up 2 scores. They really feel like they should be up 3. And Terrell Academy has been able to put together a drive with the help of a 4th down conversion and a penalty in the end zone.
Late getting lined up that time.
And a touchdown right there to Pittman. Nice throw from Carpenter. And just like that, your score 21-12. And Westfield only up 9 right now.
Wonder if they'll chase the point now or kick it. They're going to kick it. I'll tell you and I can tell you the speech at the half too. From Coach Kinsler, he's going to tell the guys, look, the only thing, and whether or not, we believe he might have missed that. No, he got it. Okay.
So the kick is up and good. We'll stay here.
If the only time they've had any sustained success offensively is when we've made a penalty mistake.
Right.
So we've got to clean that up. Quit bailing them out, and I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, and, here's the thing. You've got 3:10 to go. You don't want to give the football back to them, so you would suspect Westfield's probably going to try to go to the ground a little bit here, run the clock, and then potentially put a score on the board before the end of half so that you get the football coming out of halftime. You feel like you can go for kind of the old 2-for-1.
That's right. And that's why,
you got 3 timeouts.
I got a guy sitting over here next to me that we think the same on this, but that's why deferring I think is so important when you win, because you feel like that, a lot of times what decides a game, yes, what happens in the last few minutes of the game, sure. But that last 3 or 4 minutes before the half and that first 3 or 4 minutes coming out of the half are always really important. And I like to know I've got the ball coming out. So if we can somehow find a way to score and then get it again coming out, we're still in great shape. Or if we can just kill the clock right here, even if we don't get a score, know we got it coming back out. That's an advantage.
Well, 2 weeks ago, that was kind of the big turning point in the game against Southland. Westfield came out, got the turnover, went right back down and scored and really took control of the game.
It's going to be Blackman on the return.
So Blackman, who's got a pretty good wedge, gets to the outside.
Broke contain.
And gets outside of containment, and he'll have great field position.
So I think now you're definitely going to push it to score. And, we can go – we haven't really seen us do a lot of hurry up. We've been no huddle, obviously.
I don't think with 3 timeouts you got to go.
I don't think you have to
do a whole lot of hurry up right now.
I totally agree with you, especially with the the incomplete pass, the clock play. You could spike the ball if you need to. So I'm with you. I don't.
And you don't want to give the ball back to Terrell. They can obviously score in a hurry.
That's correct.
So these end of half situations, I think. Listen to Nick Saban talk about how important it is to score at the ends of halves. Obviously, you've got the end of the game that's normally probably a deciding factor. Is the ball snap? Going to fake the handoff. Kirkley keeps it. Woo, nice move, and another great move. And he gets to the outside. He's broken free. He may go. He's inside the 20, 10, 5, and touchdown. What a drive. One play, 55 yards. And Luke Kirkley shows off the juking ability for the score. 2 great. He just drugged the foot there.
No doubt.
Planted and broke
a
couple ankles.
More than a couple, I think. Yeah, Hunter's a good athlete. We mentioned that earlier. He's really kind of – you don't think of him as much of a runner with how well he spins the ball. But gosh, boy, he's got some good legs. And they the block downfield was big, too. They made a couple good blocks. He made a couple men miss, and then to the races. And he's off to the races, and he's
fired
got
up
some
over
speed.
Here on the sidelines. Yeah, he got to the outside. He looked like McDaniel did on the kickoff, but here on the near side, and nobody caught him. And that kick is up and good. And Westfield quickly regains the 7 that they lost on the last drive to Terrell, and Terrell will get the football back with decent time. We'll see if Westfield employs that squib kick again and see if they can't pin them down.
Boy, that's a soul-crushing score for Terrell, though.
Yeah, because they had to work.
That's right.
All the way down there to get a score.
And get a couple penalties called and things like that. They score. They're back in the game. You're thinking, hey, let's just get a stop right here, get to the half. And on one play, we busted right back.
And honestly, that was done a lot on Kirkley's ability right there. Terrell's in position to make a play after a couple-yard gain, but he busted by making some moves on defenders.
And that is frustrating as a defensive play caller, I can tell you. It's when you got guys in position to make the play. And, look, that's not sliding any of their guys. But
there's not a whole lot you can do there.
The kid made a couple of good plays, man.
Right.
A couple good moves,
You got to tip your cap. That's like when you throw that down and in ball and that batter drops the barrel of the head on the bat.
Right.
The barrel of the bat on the ball and just golfs it out. Those you just got to say, you beat me. You got it.
Let him see him hang one up in the air to the right side. Or the far side, I guess I should say.
I don't get what's up with that thing.
That might be us. That is us. I think we got it. That's a break.
Wow. And that's the second turnover of the game. And Westfield is the beneficiary of both of them. That is crazy.
I don't know. Obviously that wasn't specifically planned, but I don't know if that's like, hey, maybe we'll get lucky if we line drive it and hit somebody or not.
You'll take it.
But you can't, when you line up to return a kickoff, you can't have that guy in the middle be in front of the ball. He's got to pick a side. That's always been the case. And he lined up right in front of the ball and hit him. And good luck catching that missile.
Well, if I was a kicker and I don't want to hit somebody, I would aim at them. And, it's kind of like in golf. You're in the trees, you aim at a tree.
Right.
But right there, obviously, Slade just dings it right off his helmet. So Westfield in a little bit of a tight formation here on their
got
left
some room
receivers.
in the middle to run if we're giving it.
And looks like may have offsides here. No. Whoa.
He's pointing us at us.
Yeah, it looked like 34. That's Mitchell flinch, but looks like maybe the right side of the offensive line. That's either got to be, is that White?
Oh, it's delay a game. Sorry.
It's a delay a game?
Yeah, I'm getting some help up here. I got some better eyes that can pay attention maybe a little better than I am. But he said he got to delay a game, which is kind of surprising with how quick we get plays in and out. But
yeah, that'll bring up first and 15.
So if we go back to the same play. Yep. Oh, taking a shot. Good catch. Good ball.
Wow.
That's the I don't. Now we got a little extracurricular over here.
Looks like the defender maybe lost the football because he was in good position. That's is that number 22 Nick Freeman or number 32 Quindon Wright?
32, yeah.
It looks like he maybe lost the football.
Yeah, he never turned around and saw the ball coming, I think, and
because he was in
in
decent position.
Perfect position. Just got to find the ball.
Right. So here's first down and 10 inside the 35-yard line in Westfield. How quickly this game has turned. When you think about it, Westfield had just given up a long drive to Terrell. Terrell goes in to score to cut it to an 8-point lead. Westfield one play touchdown, and then the kickoff gets football back, and now they're knocking on the door of the red zone. Hand the football off to Falk. Falk running over people, spins off a couple, gets about 6 on the play. And that'll bring up second down and 4 to go for the Hornet. No, excuse me, that'll actually be less. Second down and 3.
Comeback coming in to give Falk a break. Plenty of time, like you said, all 3 timeouts. I like what Coach Robinson's doing here. Kind of slowing the play call down a little bit to make them slow down. So
he ran it in with a receiver, it looked like.
Snap was a little low there. That's
good play by Terrell. Number 14, Addison, does a great job.
14's a good football player.
But that's really, it's a great play. But you only lose a couple there. It's third and 5.5, we'll call it. And Westfield still has a good shot here. I think right now you're going to probably look to run the football and see if you can't pick up half on first down and the other half on third, the other half on fourth maybe. We'll see.
We're letting some clock run. I don't know. We're going to have to – he's changed the play. Saw something he liked and changed the play. Tell you, we got a timeout. Which we got 3 to burn, so it makes sense. I tell you, the way Terrell's lined up, like they're playing on some man coverage, I would you'd have to consider looking at Powers up the seam, just running by his guy. But, I don't know. They may have a play they like. So about 46 seconds left in the half. 2 timeouts. We're on the 27-yard line or so?
Yeah, 27. So 3rd down and 5.5, as you said, about 46 seconds to go here in half number 1. Westfield on top, 28-13.
I'm going to guess for Jackson to be in field goal range, we're going to be inside the 20, or at least to the 20. Get a 35-yarder, 37-yarder probably is about where he's at. At the top of his range. I haven't seen him kick since last season, but I'm sure that's kind of about where it's at.
Right, but if you're Westfield, you're thinking, no, we can kind of score from anywhere right here.
Oh, no doubt. Oh, that's that play we talked about earlier.
Yeah, and I tell you what, the defender gets lost in there and kind of helps make the play.
See if they got a timeout right here. Yep.
That's going to bring up 4th and 1. You really got to think that the Hornets.
Did they not call timeout? They stopped the clock.
They stopped the clock. Looks like they're maybe going to measure.
Some of the linemen down there are saying we got it.
It's going to be close. They marked it right at the 21-yard line.
Cole Miller has kind of been emphatic that we have a first down. So
I think they're going to measure. No, they're going to give it. They marked it first. Got to be ready to go, though. The clock's starting.
Oh, yeah, they're lined up ready. Well, they've already started. The chains aren't even set. Oh,
hand the ball off now. It's going to have to be timeout. Yep. So 23.4. This is going to have to probably be a shot to the end zone.
Well, still have 1 timeout left. Remember, the clock will stop if you're out of bounds, and obviously if you get a first down, it'll stop.
You're saving that timeout to get the field goal unit on if you have to, right?
You would think, yes. But you can clock it. You've got it's just 2nd down. So, you can still work the middle of the field for 1 play, but you have to hurry to the ball to clock it. And I'm sure that's what they're talking about in the huddle right now. First thing first is listen for the clock call, run up. They've got a kind of a predetermined set they run into just to spike it.
I think it's more, the linemen are right there, so Kirkley can kind of organize that. It's really more the receivers that got to really hustle back to the line.
Well, I used to always tell our guys, either side, it doesn't matter what side of the ball you're on, just get on the line of scrimmage.
Right. You can't have all 10.
You can't have too many on the line of scrimmage.
Right. You can have all of them on the line of
scrimmage. Don't worry
worry
about if you're on or off. Just get on the line of scrimmage and let him spike it.
Absolutely.
Marvin James blessing us with his presence tonight.
Uh-oh. The marvelous one. Gotta love the local celebrity, man.
Local celebrity.
Dropping back to throw, getting pressure. Kirkley's flush, but he's got a clear lane, at least inside the 5.
What a presence to know he needs to get out of bounds, too.
Right.
He could have cut back inside and maybe got a couple more yards, but he'd been tackled. So
I think he gets right to the 6. I said inside the 5, but I think he's right outside of the 5. So just to the 6-yard line, but that will be 1st and goal to go from the 6. But the key thing here is you got 15 seconds, so you can run it, but you've got to be prepared to either call a timeout and kick a field goal.
You've got to call a timeout. I don't think you can afford to spike it.
So here's the thing. Are we looking to purely through the air here? Unless you've got a clear lane to get to the end zone on the scramble.
You don't technically have to. You can call your timeout and then still have time to, that's a quarterback draw. Timeout.
Timeout there.
Timeout. See now, So now you can take a quick shot to the end zone. That'll stop the clock on an incompletion.
But you're like, man, if we could run our normal offense right here, we're going to score from the 2-yard line.
Oh, no.
But you've only got 8 seconds, and you can't stop it. So
no, I think you have to throw some sort of like a quick hitch or if you've got if you think about the play they got the first down on Porter earlier, maybe you can sneak him out of the backfield real quick to the flats.
What if you roll him to the wide side? I know it's the other. I know it's the other sideline.
Can't take a sack. You're in the quarterback's ear right now.
He's got to throw it in the bushes.
Throw it out of bounds. Yep.
He's got to throw it in the. Now, what's the rule if he throws it in the bushes and he gets intentional grounding?
I tell him to throw it out of the back of the end zone.
Right.
That's a safe play because you're on the 3-yard line. That's a flip of the wrist for him. So
right. Although we did see in the Georgia Clemson game, they called a. Do you remember that? They called a intentional grounding with the ball like 40 yards downfield from Ungalale.
I didn't see much.
That's
of
the first time I've seen anything crazy like that.
I was watching the majesty of Northern Illinois knock off my beloved Yellow Jackets. Which makes me want to throw up to think about.
Clemson quarterback throws the ball like 40 yards downfield, and there's nobody around, and they throw the white hat throws a intentional grounding, which I guess by the letter of the law it is, but still. But is there a runoff here with a penalty with no timeouts?
I don't believe that exists in high school.
In high school,
football, yeah.
Okay.
I'd be looking something to the wide side. Powers on the corner. No.
Picked off.
That's what couldn't happen.
Right. Wow. Yeah, that's unfortunate right there. That's at least at minimum you think Westfield has given up 6 points.
And I tell you, if it's incomplete, you see the clock would have been 1.5 seconds. So we could have had a possibility of a field goal. But
good job of pressuring Kirkley and forcing him to make a play there by Terrell. And they're the beneficiaries of the first Hornet turnover to turn the Hornets away inside the 5-yard line.
I tell you, we are so close offensively to busting out. He could have easily. We have 28 points. We could have easily had 42.
Yep.
I mean, so just so close to cleaning up a couple of little things to really just, exploding. Here's hoping we explode. We save it for John Miller. It's just,
They're going to go short. Well, why not get it in his hands? He's probably the best athlete on the field.
It's not going far. We just got to wrap up. We got about 18 bodies there. We're trying to make it interesting, but he's going backwards. So
good job of tackling him. It took about 10 of them to get him down, but they finally do. And the Hornets will go to the halftime with a 2-score lead. Not the end of the half that they wanted. They would have really preferred a touchdown to cap things off, but nonetheless, Westfield on top 28-13. We'll take a quick break for the halftime and come back with some thoughts and analysis. You're watching Hornet football right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond,
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just wanted to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I have 4 grandparents who are still living, and I realized after some research that this was the best way I could protect them and the community at large.
As a physician, I feel it's important to get vaccinated for the masses to prevent overcrowding of our ICUs.
I got the vaccine to protect myself and also to protect my mother.
I would ask people, when you consider getting vaccinated for the COVID-19 virus, not only consider your own risk stratification, but also your role in the community.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Westfield is a challenging environment.
It's a Christian school, it's a Christian environment.
And it provides students with great opportunities. Definitely all the teachers, they prepare you for college, they help you with some problems that they'll give you some real life experiences that will help you with college.
Every teacher that I have in any of my classes is always telling us that they're here after school. They're always willing to answer any questions we might have. Westfield is a harder school, but it challenges you and it gets you ready for college.
And I think Westfield gave me such a great Christian environment that I can actually have the freedom to express my faith.
Westfield provides a lot of great opportunities for students to learn and for students to grow and for students to learn more about themselves.
I'm involved in a lot of extracurricular activities. I play football, baseball, basketball, and I run track.
I love the contact sport. I love the ability to get my feelings and aggression out throughout the hard day or hard week out at practice. I was a part of the Westfield wrestling team when I was a freshman, and that's also the year when I played soccer. So it was been fun, and I'm going to play soccer again in my senior year, and hopefully I will probably be the captain of the soccer team.
I enjoy just spending time with my teammates and getting to just rep the green and gold like everyone else has in the past.
On Thursdays, we get to go out and with the football team, and we get our chaplain out there, and he does a great job. And I think on a Thursday that's great to do because it's a day before the game, and you get to think about God and just choices in life, and that's kind of what the game of football is like. What I like about Westfield is just the family atmosphere that we have here. The teachers are just great, the coaches are great.
Even though I was not here when I started school, I came in and it was like everyone acted like I had been here the whole time. It's an environment where everyone just accepts you and wants to get to know you like they would have known you, like all of their friends that have been here since the beginning of grade school.
I just like the atmosphere that you have here. Everybody, they truly care about you.
Everyone in my grade, we're so close together. I think of them as my brothers and sisters almost because they know me so well and I know them so well.
I think the most important thing that happened to me when I spent my time in Westfield is that I actually become a Christian, and then I actually find my faith, and I think Westfield gave me such a great Christian environment that I can actually have the freedom to express my faith to.
At Westfield, we have different clubs that you can be in. You can choose between a variety of clubs. There's culinary arts, there's Key Club, there's Green Team, there's Tri High Y. I'm currently involved in theatrical productions at Westfield. I'm involved with the school's one act and several plays like Prayer Club, and Tri High Y, and Key Club, and I also dance. For Christmas, we decorated Christmas trees, and we decorated door decorations for the nursing homes here in Perry. And we have also, I've gone and cleaned up some of the parks around Perry. Community service is definitely valued at Westfield. Together. Athletic.
Friendships.
Confidence.
Challenging.
Success. Rewarding.
Cheeseburgers. I'm on it. Order up.
China grilled cheeseburger ready for pickup.
I need 3 uncorked slushes. Adding strawberries to the sangria. Order up. Sonic uncorked slushes ready for pickup.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just wanted to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I have 4 grandparents who are still living, and I realized after some research that this was the best way I could protect them and the community at large.
As a physician, I feel it's important to get vaccinated for the masses to prevent overcrowding of our ICUs.
I got the vaccine to protect myself and also to protect my mother.
I would ask people, when you consider getting vaccinated for the COVID-19 virus, not only consider your own risk stratification, but also your role in the community.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Westfield is a challenging environment.
It's a Christian school, it's a Christian environment.
And it provides students with great opportunities. Definitely all the teachers, they prepare you for college, they help you with some problems that they'll give you some real life experiences that will help you with college.
Every teacher that I have in any of my classes is always telling us that they're here after school. They're always willing to answer any questions we might have.
Westfield is a harder school, but it challenges you and it gets you ready for college.
And I think Westfield gave me such a great Christian environment that I can actually have the freedom to express my faith.
Westfield provides a lot of great opportunities for students to learn and for students to grow and for students to learn more about themselves.
I'm involved in a lot of extracurricular activities. I play football, baseball, basketball, and I run track.
I love the contact sport. I love the ability to get my feelings and aggression out throughout the hard day or hard week out at practice. I was a part of the Westfield wrestling team when I was a freshman, and that's also the year when I played soccer. So it was been fun, and I'm going to play soccer again in my senior year, and hopefully I will probably be the captain of the soccer team.
I enjoy just spending time with my teammates and getting to just rep the green and gold like everyone else has in the past.
On Thursdays, we get to go out and with the football team, and we get our chaplain out there, and he does a great job. And I think on a Thursday that's great to do because it's a day before the game, and you get to think about God and just choices in life, and that's kind of what the game of football is like. What I like about Westfield is just the family atmosphere that we have here. The teachers are just great, the coaches are great.
Even though I was not here when I started school, I came in and it was like everyone acted like I had been here the whole time. It's an environment where everyone just accepts you and wants to get to know you like they would have known you, like all of their friends that have been here since the beginning of grade school.
I just like the atmosphere that you have here. Everybody, they truly care about you.
Everyone in my grade, we're so close together. I think of them as my brothers and sisters almost, because they know me so well and I know them so well.
I think the most important thing that happened to me when I spent my time in Westfield is that I actually become a Christian, and then I actually find my faith, and I think Westfield gave me such a great Christian environment that I can actually have the freedom to express my faith to.
At Westfield, we have different clubs that you can be in. You can choose between like a variety of clubs. There's like culinary arts, there's Key Club, there's Green Team, there's Tri High Y.
I'm currently involved in theatrical productions at Westfield. I'm involved with the school's One Act and several plays like Prayer Club, and Tri High Y, and Key Club, and I also dance.
For Christmas, we decorated Christmas trees, and we decorated door decorations for the nursing homes here in Perry. And we have also, I've gone and cleaned up some of the parks around Perry. Community service is definitely valued at Westfield.
Together. Athletic.
Friendships.
Confidence.
Challenging.
Success. Rewarding.
Hi, welcome to Sonic. Can I take your order? 2 Sonic grilled cheeseburgers.
I'm on it.
Order up.
Sonic grilled cheeseburger ready for pickup.
I need 3 uncorked slushes. Adding strawberries to the sangria. Order up. Sonic uncorked slushes, ready for pickup.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just wanted to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
I have 4 grandparents who are still living, and I realized after some research that this was the best way I could protect them and the community at large.
As a physician, I feel it's important to get vaccinated for the masses to prevent overcrowding of our ICUs.
I got the vaccine to protect myself and also to protect my mother.
I would ask people, when you consider getting vaccinated for the COVID-19 virus, not only consider your own risk stratification, but also your role in the community.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Westfield is a challenging environment.
It's a Christian school, it's a Christian environment.
And it provides students with great opportunities.
Definitely all the teachers, they prepare you for college, they help you with some problems that they'll give you some real life experiences that will help you with college.
Every teacher that I have in any of my classes is always telling us that they're here after school. They're always willing to answer any questions we might have.
Westfield is a harder school, but it challenges you and it gets you ready for college.
And I think Westfield gave me such a great Christian environment that I can actually have the freedom to express my faith.
Westfield provides a lot of great opportunities for students to learn and for students to grow and for students to learn more about themselves.
I'm involved in a lot of extracurricular activities. I play football, baseball, basketball, and I run track.
I love the contact sport. I love the ability to get my feelings and aggression out throughout the hard day or hard week out at practice. I was a part of the Westfield wrestling team when I was a freshman, and that's also the year when I played soccer. So it was been fun, and I'm going to play soccer again in my senior year, and hopefully I will probably be the captain of the soccer team.
I enjoy just spending time with my teammates and getting to just rep the green and gold like everyone else has in the past.
On Thursdays, we get to go out and with the football team, and we get our chaplain out there, and he does a great job. And I think on a Thursday that's great to do because it's a day before the game, and you get to think about God and just choices in life, and that's kind of what the game of football is like. What I like about Westfield is just the family atmosphere that we have here. The teachers are just great, the coaches are great.
Even though I was not here when I started school, I came in and it was like everyone acted like I had been here the whole time. It's an environment where everyone just accepts you and wants to get to know you like they would have known you, like all of their friends that have been here since the beginning of grade school.
I just like the atmosphere that you have here. Everybody, they truly care about you.
Everyone in my grade, we're so close together. I think of them as my brothers and sisters almost because they know me so well and I know them so well.
I think the most important thing that happened to me when I spent my time in Westfield is that I actually become a Christian, and then I actually find my faith, and I think Westfield gave me such a great Christian environment that I can actually have the freedom to express my faith to.
At Westfield, we have different clubs that you can be in. You can choose between a variety of clubs. There's culinary arts, there's Key Club, there's Green Team, there's Tri High Y.
I'm currently involved in theatrical productions at Westfield. I'm involved with the school's One Act and several plays like Prayer Club, and Tri High Y, and Key Club, and I also dance.
For Christmas, we decorated Christmas trees, and we decorated door decorations for the nursing homes here in Perry. And we have I've gone and cleaned up some of the parks around Perry. Community service is definitely valued at Westfield.
Together. Athletic.
Friendships.
Confidence.
Challenging.
Success. Rewarding.
Sonic. May I take your order? 2 Sonic grilled cheeseburgers. I'm on it.
Welcome back into the Hornets' Nest. Don't record, just keep going. Welcome back into the Hornets' Nest as Westfield is on top, 28-13. We had a little bit of a running around scrambling at halftime, so we didn't get to do much of a halftime show. But we've got a camera that'll function in the second half, so that's all that matters.
Absolutely a positive.
Right. So, 28-13 your score. Westfield will get the football out coming out of halftime.
Here's your recap. Keep doing what you're doing, eliminate the penalties, and finish drives, and we're going to run away with this thing.
So you heard it there from Coach Fowler. That kick is down at about the 39-yard line of Westfield.
Brody McDaniel on the carry.
I could not see. I might have to stand up again.
Word on the street is we have an international listener, Brett. So I want to give a shout-out to my girl Whitley Young, listening from down in the islands down there, going to medical school. Proud of Whitley and what she's accomplishing, and can't wait to see her back. Hopefully she can be back sometime around Christmas for a basketball game so we can catch up. Whitley, good to know you're listening.
Well, I can just say this. I know that Whitley's a fine young lady. She's got some little suspect family members that used to play football here.
Well, yeah,
Walker and White.
I've had the great privilege and honor of coaching all those Youngs, and they are a great family and dear friends of ours, and think the world of all of them. And now Wyatt is helping us.
Doing a good job, too.
On the offensive side with our varsity, and I think he's kind of the eyes and ears up top for him. And,
right.
And spoke as he came by that Whitley was listening, so we wanted to give you a shout-out, Whitley.
Well, the cool thing about Wyatt is he kind of knows exactly what guys like Noah Blackman and Brady McDaniel are looking at down there on the field, because he kind of played that position for a lot of his career. So Westfield goes with a little rocket sweep, if you will.
Coach Hodges, as the offensive line coach, was not pleased with someone. I'm not sure if it was one of his linemen or maybe the slot receiver didn't make the block he thought they should have made. But we're looking at a 3rd and 4 or so here. Really want to keep this drive moving.
Right.
To come down and get up 3 scores would be quite a statement. So.
Yeah, you would like to lean on Terrell Academy a little bit here on this drive and sustain it.
I like the call.
Wow. I mean, It's just Porter Fox basically a lead block right there for Hunter Kirkley.
That's a zone play. It's a read play.
But he just followed him back up in the hole.
Just kind of carried the ball through the mesh, kind of a late pull. I don't know if maybe Porter was pulling on it, because Porter likes the ball in his hands,
right,
as any running back would. So Kirkley made a late decision to pull it and found that extra yardage we needed. So great play, and again, great blocking up front to make it happen.
That takes me back to some old Georgia Southern teams where that quarterback would follow that fullback right back up in the hole.
Hung it up again, and we're behind them.
Wow! Oh, right through the hands,
and he ripped his helmet off.
Oh, that's Noah Blackman. And right through the breadbasket.
That's a tough catch. It's like one of those guys on the right side of the infield chasing that pop fly. They catch it over. They do it all the time.
I know. It's so hard.
How do you do that? But you almost want to catch that one kind of in the basket, really kind of catch it against your shoulder pads and your chest to make sure you get good contact.
But it passes your eyes.
It does.
And that's hard.
It does.
When I was a receiver in high school, those were always the hardest. They hang up forever. They pass your eyes, and like you said, you kind of have to use your body to try to get them in. And then when they bounce off your pads, there's no telling what's going to happen.
Harper Shelton in for Noah on that play.
Going to have to burn a timeout with a clock stop. That's not ideal early in the 3rd quarter. We'll stay here since we didn't get to have much of a halftime show and just talk a little bit. Westfield's already connected here on a 1st down after a great play by Hunter Kirkley, coach. And just some of the things that you mentioned, it just kind of keep doing what you're doing and finish things off better here in the second half, I think is kind of the key to things.
That's right, and this drive is important, and you know that because we just burned the timeout 2 minutes into the action. That's not something obviously you want to do, but it goes to show you the significance of this drive. They're looking to come down and send a message that, look, okay, you're within 15, but we're fixing to come down the field and score and put you down 3 scores, and from there we're going to play keep away the rest of the way.
Right.
So a couple of interesting scores I got at half, just checking out some scores. Valwood, the once mighty Valwood, and they are still a very good football team, but down 35-0 at half to Millage.
Oh, my.
So Southland winning by 7 over SGA. Stratford Academy getting smoked by Calvary Day, 42-0. Coach Farmer just shared that with me, saw it.
Kirkley loses the ball out of a timeout. That's got to be extremely frustrating. Wow.
I don't know if that was a mesh problem or
snap was short.
Yeah, I just saw him indicate it was a little low. So now we've got a big 3rd and long. And, it'd be interesting here if we can, what we decide to do, if we can get maybe half of it, or even, if we're in at the 45, going in, do we consider going for that, or we pin them deep? I would be inclined to pin them deep personally, but, our defense has really played well. So,
they have.
And our defense, our defense is very solid. They're going to keep us in every game we play. If we can eliminate, the little penalty mistakes. That's to be positive yardage, and we got the first.
That's going to be a first. Great broken tackle in the open field. I did not see. It looked like he got landed on as well. That's Blackman, I think.
Let's hope he just got the wind knocked out of him there.
I think he just got landed on top of him.
And that happens some. You land on the ball. It's kind of right in that, diaphragm area. Sometimes you can get the wind knocked out of you.
That's the scariest thing when you can't breathe.
Right. But he's hopped up and walking fine, so I think that's probably what it was.
Well, the worst part about this thing is we've got a Joe Allen sighting down on the field, so,
And the best part of this thing is we've got a Joe Allen sighting.
Right, absolutely.
Joe Allen, the greatest trainer in the history of trainers.
Right. I think he would make a pretty good assistant softball coach as well. He's been to enough games right now.
He really, and I say calling him just a trainer is kind of a cheap shot, because let me tell you, he does some of everything and will do anything you ask him to. Just a great guy all around.
And Porter Falk breaks loose. Some big holes up in the middle right there.
About to say the same thing. O-line coach here. I'm going to call that out. But, man, we're really blowing some holes up front. So
another first
makes
down.
It easy. Yeah. And let's get a little shout-out to Porter Falk. He's had a good night. A long way to go. You can tell he's been working on some things. And
I think the biggest thing with Porter has always been kind of ball security.
Yeah, I was trying not to say it because I didn't want to throw the jinx on him.
Well, I'm not throwing the jinx on him either, but that's always been.
To me, clearly tonight, I've seen a difference in how he's carrying the football.
He doesn't have quite the speed, but he reminds me a little bit of. I remember Chandler Duggan had that same kind of such big playability, but the one thing that would always plague him, and Porter's kind of got that a little bit of that, but maybe a little bit more run you over than the wiggle that Chandler had.
I think the Josh Jenkins analogy was right on. Josh had that. Josh would beat anybody in a 10-yard sprint.
Right.
He's going to lose in the 40, though.
He was a burst, except against Deerfield that one year in the playoffs. He was gone from like 55 out. 2nd and 5. But
love old Josh Jenkins, though. What a great player. Just a determined individual, and I just love the fire about him. That bunch, we've mentioned them already. That bunch will line you up in the parking lot and beat your tail. It didn't matter if it was on the field or not.
So Kirkley going to keep it up the middle. Terrell does a good job of kind of stuffing it right there at the point of attack.
Yeah,
they committed a good bit to the line.
They have Coach Robinson calling plays. He's seeing the same thing we are, obviously, and a lot more experience. So he's seeing we've had success running the football. And Terrell kind of countered that, as any good coaching staff would. They put an extra man in the box and try to take a little run away from us right
now.
there.
Now stretch that rubber band a little bit, right?
Let's see what we do. Let's see if we run wide or do we tack down the field right here.
Right. Joe, speaking of Joe, a couple weeks ago it made me laugh talking about all he does. He actually came over and took care of a Southland player because I don't think they had.
Pretty.
Great pass. That's Smallwood.
Is Bishop in? Did he get in?
And he's in for the touchdown. What a good – that's just a curl route, sat down right in the zone.
That's right. Beautiful job by Bishop there because, I don't know if it was a curl or a slant, but he stopped when he got into that part of the zone and waited on the ball. So that's quality coaching and good eyes by the receiver. And, of course, the quarterback finished with delivery. A nice pass pro, too. He was at a clean pocket to throw from.
Yeah, when you see that's in zone coverage, you understand it's not going to be more or less outrunning somebody. It's going to be about finding the pocket and sitting down in it.
That's right. That was well executed. And like we said, they brought the extra defender up, threw behind him.
Right.
So.
Throw where that vacancy is. Good job of the holder.
Yep. Little
Great
trouble with
job.
the snap.
Was that, who was that?
I think Brody McDaniel's the holder, yeah. He has been.
Yeah, I see him. He's number 2. Those are 2 that I get mixed up all the time, Brody and Noah. I don't know why they couldn't have been a completely different number, but
2 and
3
yeah.
right next to each other. So Westfield goes up after coming out of halftime and doing exactly what they needed to do, march down the field and score a touchdown. We'll take a quick break and come back with the rest of the third quarter right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
I chose to get the vaccine because I did not want to risk getting sick myself and taking that virus home to my family or to my elderly grandparents.
My mother and grandmother are cancer survivors, so I just wanted to make sure that I'm as safe as possible.
I did it for my family, to keep them safe and to keep me safe.
There is a choice now, and I chose to make that choice for my friends and my family.
And welcome back into the Hornets' Nest. Westfield on top 35-13. Slade set to kick off here. And that kick is going to be a squib, a big bounce, and taking it about the 27-yard line. Billy Jack Gregory
good tackle.
Got tackled hard there, but made the play. That was
the kid had momentum coming at him. And
number 18.
Good form tackle. You know, we'd like to see maybe him run his feet through a little bit.
That's Reagan Harrell, a sophomore. But, yeah, hey, you get him down however you can, man. I mean,
no doubt. That guy's got a head of steam coming,
right.
So that's a good tackle. And, 35-yard line with what they've been doing all night on kick return, I think that's –
takes a lot of guts to stand in there knowing that you're going to get plowed a little bit,
that's
but
right.
you still got to make the tackle.
Peach County winning big over Pike County tonight. Just seeing a few scores, which, I think – I don't know what to think about Peach County this year. They've kind of
Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah, a little bit.
So
they're blocking down the field
blocking
during that play. I don't – he must have stepped out of bounds.
Yeah.
Which
they're not picking that up. That's a modern offense, but you can't block with the ball in the air down the field.
But now, having said that, they've got a guy running free over there, and Coach Kinsler is yelling onto the field, and I'm not sure if he's upset about the blocking downfield or maybe a blown assignment. But I guarantee you, by design, that guy is accounted for. Now, we're losing him somewhere in there. So
I would think outside linebacker's got to cover the flat out there. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not going to happen there, guys.
Was that Luke White again? No, that was –
I saw Seth Andrews
somebody
in there.
50.
That's Seth Andrews.
That's Seth Andrews, yeah. Austin on the carry.
Gain of 1.
Surprised they haven't come back to Pittman.
Little bubble.
Making a tackle there.
That's interesting, the way these offenses are running that little bubble now. Traditionally, you've kind of run and gain width as you run forward a little bit. But now, if you saw there, the guy just starts backpedaling towards the sideline.
But why to the short side of the field?
I guess the plan is to get it out of the quarterback's hands quicker. It's a short pass.
Watching Georgia Southern for years, it always drove me nuts when we ran option to the short side of the field because there's like no space over there to do anything. It's almost like you're trying to create an alley over there and 5 yards of space. That ball's high.
That's a good close on that play by Billy Jack too.
Yeah, he's going to make
coming from coming back from the backside.
He's going to make the play more than likely before he gets upfield to make the first down. That was intended for Quindon Wright. And that'll bring up pretty much a must-go for here. 4th down and 7 at the Hornet 43-yard line. I think going back to your point, Coach, the philosophy or game plan, whatever you want to call it, has been to bend but not break. And Westfield has done, pretty much textbook here tonight on defense.
Got pressure, looking for something short. They covered up. Oh, my goodness. That's really a good job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field. And 14, I tell you what, he's impressive to me. He keeps finding the ball. Or the ball keeps finding him, whichever way we want to do it. But he seems to be very active offensively and defensively. He looks a little tired, which you'd expect. And
that's the second big 4th down conversion for Terrell.
You know, he caught the ball about 4 yards from the line of scrimmage, but he threw it about 20.
Right.
Because he was just backpedaling, on snap.
He's not having much in the way of pass protection right now.
They cannot block us up front. We're getting pressure with 4 down linemen and tackling the run, as we just did right there. Although he twisted for about 3, which is
right. So 2nd down and 7.5 or so, we'll call it.
Looks like we're getting Cole Miller a break. It looks like Hudson McGee is in for him at our left side end over here.
Just another small guy to cycle in for Westfield.
Or not so small. Looks like Comeback showing a little pressure off the side there.
Comeback going to throw it deep.
Powers is
and knocked it away. Closing speed.
Yeah, had good made played on the ball. The difference there between what Terrell couldn't do earlier is Powers found the ball.
Right.
Was able to close on the ball and defend the pass.
So 3rd and 7 now inside the 30-yard line. That ball intended for number 14, Addison. And as you said, Ryan Powers does a good job of closing in on that one and knocking it away. Getting his head turned around and finding the football.
Fine 14. He's on the far side,
right.
On the trip side. He seems to be the guy that catches these passes on 3rd and 4th down. So still coming back again. I tell you what.
He made the catch, too.
It wasn't 14 that time. It was 7, but that quarterback is just.
How did
that's the
Brody not make that catch?
He throws it in traffic, and the receiver attacks the ball. I mean, we're there. Credit to the offensive team for making the play.
But again, as you said, you're making them bleed the clock.
They are. And can they finish the drive? It's not easy. No, nowhere to go.
He's lucky he didn't lose the ball there.
I think he sent Hudson on a slant or a stunt or something there off the side. Off the our side of the defense, and he came through untouched.
He's very lucky he didn't lose the football because he barely had gotten it from the quarterback before he got tattooed.
I'll tell you what that may have been is that zone play again. They were reading Hudson, but the quarterback didn't read it well and gave it when he should have maybe pulled it there.
Well, the quarterback's not really prone to pull it for Terrell, it doesn't seem. He's less a runner than he is
a
passer. So the threat's not, if you're going to guess.
Look at that.
Touchdown. Is that Addison again, 14?
I believe it's 14 again.
Just a good job right there of Carpenter scrambling, and he is able to connect with his big target, Addison, for the touchdown.
It just looks like they have played backyard football since they were kids. The old run back and forth till you get open play?
Right.
And, obviously there's a play design there. Coach Murdoch, as I told you in pregame, is, very good offensive coach. Coach overall. I don't mean to shortchange him. But, 14, I think, is a new player. I could be wrong, but he finds a way to get open.
So the extra point is forthcoming, and the kick is up and toe poke through. And it will be a 15-point ball game yet again, 35-20, and Terrell just will not go away in this contest. The Hornets lead, and they continue to seem like they're just in control of this game, and they are, but they can't really pull away from Terrell so far.
Right. It's and the quarterback and number 7 also. I should be calling their names, I guess, but number 7
is right. Pittman, excuse me.
14 is Addison.
Yep.
Those two guys keep making plays. Those are the two guys to me you kind of have to focus on defensively. Find those two guys, make sure they're covered up, especially in a scramble drill situation.
Right, and that was one thing I was going to mention. Do you feel like, from a coaching perspective, you're more nervous about the scramble than you are actually Terrell putting together design plays that are going to beat you?
Yes, and it's not the quarterback scramble run.
Right.
It's the quarterback scramble, somebody
looking to throw,
bust the coverage, and
right.
That's what you worry about. But
because you got to commit so many to defend the pass, you really don't have anybody to come up and make a play on the quarterback unless the down linemen are going to do it.
And that's kind of what you're thinking as a defensive coordinator. You're thinking, okay, do I send 3 or 4 and just drop everybody else into coverage to try to take that away because we can get pressure with 4 linemen? Or do we send pressure, try to force something quicker, take away the scramble, but we have to cover, we have to maybe not cover as long, but we're still covering maybe man-to-man?
So dropping the ball there, but picking it up, and again outflanking the defense and going to get out to the 30-yard line, knocked out of bounds, really close to the sideline over there.
It's so funny how many times I've seen on a kickoff return a team fumble a ball but pick it up, and the defense sees that ball fumbled and they lose their contain.
Right.
Terrell did a good job keeping contained there, but it's happened so many times. Guy picks it up, hits the edge, and gone. And it started out as a play that could have been, deep in their own territory.
Well, and the question of this game may end up being, can Terrell do anything to stop Westfield or turn the football over? Because right now Westfield's has created a little bit of separation, and they just have really stopped themselves offensively. Can Terrell do anything to get a 3-and-out or get off the field with decent field position?
Oh, thought we might have had a little play there too if we could have got it completed. We had them blocked up on the edge. Terrell has they're expecting run. They've got linebackers creeping up, trying to take away that inside zone.
All right. So look for maybe number 5 in the inside just to kind of run by somebody.
Yeah, I like that too, but Terrell's no dummy. They got 14 lined up on top of him. He's a good football player, so kind of one of our best guys versus one of their best guys. You like that. There it is. Yes, sir.
And Blackman comes away with it. He's turned the speed on, and he's going to go for the touchdown. Wow.
He found an extra gear there, buddy.
Wow. Noah Blackman scores a touchdown and puts it on the end zone and talks a little trash on the way back. Got a little jawing going on between these two squads tonight.
Yeah, it's been back and forth a little bit, which you kind of like to see that eliminated. But, you play football with a lot of passion,
How much do some of these guys know each other, too, from over the years? I know they played the last, 3 years now against each other?
Yeah, and that's true. And Terrell's a proud program, as we are. And, those kids, they're undefeated, too. Don't forget that.
Right.
So, they've got big hopes and big plans for this year.
And how many they've been – I know I've called at least one state championship game with them in it in the AA. So they've been there.
Oh, definitely. Coach Murdoch probably has – I don't know. Was that good? Did he sneak it in? He did. Coach Murdoch probably has 5 or 6 rings.
So Westfield takes another extension of the lead, we'll call it. They're up 42-20. We'll take a quick break and come back with the rest of the third quarter right here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network is excited to bring to you another year of live prep sports action. Whether it's on the gridiron, the diamond, or the hardwood, MGSN has you covered. For the past 7 years, we have been there for region championships, state championships, and everything in between. We look forward to another 7 years of coverage, as you can always count on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Welcome back inside the nest. Westfield set to kick off to Terrell Academy on top 42-20. Slade will do the kicking for the Hornets. After the 70-yard touchdown connection between Hunter Kirkley and Noah Blackman. Great job of just outrunning the defense by Blackman.
Looks like Warner Robbins is beating Camden 42-27. That game's probably fairly late in the half.
And that ball on the ground. And lucky to get on top of it. That's number 26, I believe.
Bishop Smallwood, if it was 26.
No, excuse me, 36. That's Andy Alston.
For them, I'm sorry.
Got on top of that football. And just when it seems like Terrell is going to push the envelope a little bit and try to get back in the ballgame, Westfield answers immediately. We saw that with Hunter Kirkley. Earlier.
You just feel like if we can get a stop and get the ball back and push one down and score, it'll really kind of put it away. Yeah.
But they've done a good job fighting back. There's no quit in them so far. So going to fake the hand, give the handoff. Not a whole lot of success, but breaking a few tackles. Picked up a couple more yards than we've seen on previous plays, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 7 after the 3-yard pickup. I think that was Alston again, who recovered the fumble on the kick or the muff, if you will.
Cole Miller coming in for Hudson McGee. He looks like he might have been a little shaken up on that play.
Looks like Luke White coming back in the ballgame as well. And
for John McPherson, maybe. I'm not sure if that looks too big.
Got most of the
McPherson,
starting defense, I believe, in the game right now.
No, that was Gage Rollins getting some playing time. That's great.
Got both Greer boys in there, Kalmbach at linebacker. Carpenter going to take the snap, looking to throw out in the flat, nowhere to go. Going to throw across the middle. Powers loses Addison. Addison breaks loose, and he's angling towards the end zone. Not sure if he's going to outrun Greer, but he puts a move on him. Kalmbach going to push him out inside the 5.
Great hustle by Kalmbach to come back and make a play, but I just cannot tell you how impressed I am with number 14. I mean, he is. Addison is just, let me call him by his full name, Luke Addison.
Yep.
He is just a great football player. We had told the kids, some of the kids had told me in study hall that, I think I mentioned this earlier in the broadcast, that 14 was a little bit of a concern because he seemed to be a pretty good player. And, boy, has he turned out to be a good player.
Yeah, he's hard to get down on the ground for certain, and he was wide open in the middle of the field. And you could tell Ryan Powers was trying to tried to close on him in the middle of the field, just couldn't get there. Good throw by Carpenter. And
Carpenter's a name, and I haven't done a good enough job mentioning his name as well. He's put some balls on the money, sometimes with players in his face. So just impressed with their
first
passing combinations.
At the 3, I believe. And we may have
that's got to be
delay or illegal procedure.
From where it was thrown, it's probably delay.
So that'll be first and goal at the the ball was down at the 2. That'll be first and goal at the 7 after the delay of game penalty.
Those penalties are killers. And I don't know what's going to happen at the end of this drive here, but first and goal at the 2 is a lot better than first and goal at the 7.
Yeah, but for this kind of offense, does it sometimes give them more space?
That was running through my head. And thank you for calling me out on that.
No, I'm just saying it's weird how that works. But
you're absolutely right. Sometimes that space, and they come back and run it.
See, they're just trying to gash them with that run play, and they just haven't been able to get enough of a crease on the Hornet defensive line. They do pick up a little bit more than almost back to the original line of scrimmage.
One of their more successful running plays of the night, honestly.
Second and goal from the 3, I think 3.5, somewhere in there.
See if Kinsler dials up something here.
The thing with Terrell is this is just taking more time off the clock. I know we're in the 3rd, but they have not been able to stop Westfield. They're going to have to, at some point, if they continue to score, go to the onside kick, throw into the back of the end zone, ball knocked away.
Billy Jack.
Great play by Billy Jack Gregory. Looks like he may be a little bit hurt on the play. We'll see. Hopefully he's okay. He's got some good football genes. His dad played, I think, at Missouri State, if I remember correctly.
I think it was at Marshall.
Did he play at Marshall?
I'm pretty sure it was Marshall. I think I heard somebody just confirm that, yep.
Yeah.
I know that he played at Houston County High School.
Yeah, he was there. I think he graduated a year before my sister. But he was a big guy.
Ooh, little 14. That is a good route, and we were right on him, and the quarterback made a great throw.
It's just a little zig out.
Yep, that's what I call it. I call it a zig out. That's exactly what I call it. And it's just a tough route to defend, and the kid has just got a lot of, got great feet. Are they going to go for 2 here to try to get that point back? They have to at some point.
Yeah,
Looks like they are.
You would suspect that they're going to have to chase it sometime down the road.
The lead now is 16, which is 2 scores or 2 2-point conversions. So
you'll have to chase it again if you miss it.
That's right.
Right here, you'll have to chase it twice.
That's right.
So dropping back to pass, looking to throw.
He caught it. What a catch.
And so the point is good. 42-28, and now it's a 14-point deficit for Terrell Academy. And the Hornets lead, but still they cannot seem to shake loose of the Eagles of Terrell Academy. And at what point do you think Coach Murdoch and the Eagles go to the onside kick to try to get the football back?
They don't have to yet because, that last possession, I don't know how much time came out the clock, 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. They don't have to yet. No, I'm not saying they won't because they certainly could. But at the same time, on the flip side.
Has Westfield punted tonight?
We have not. So, that's my point. They haven't stopped us.
Right.
So they may be thinking we need to start now and hope we get a couple because
Right.
They may have to score 28 more.
Terrell has
and we'll
punted,
score
what,
14 more. Does
once
that make
or
sense?
twice, maybe? I know they've done two times.
They've punted it twice that I remember.
Yep.
You know. So Terrell may be thinking we're going to have to score 21, 28 points. We know Westfield's going to score at least 7, 14 more. You know, that may be kind of the thought process. So in that case, they would need to start onside kicking. But
I don't know. I'm trying to think back into my memory bank, my Westfield football memory bank. I believe one year in the playoffs, didn't we play like Dominion Christian where we got into a game like this?
Well, it was actually we were way up.
Yes,
and
but then
we
got
pulled our starters. They scored. They onside kicked. Ronnie got mad, put our starters back in, scored again. And it kind of went. It kept happening.
Yeah.
And Ronnie kept yelling across the field, saying, "There he did kick." That was a good cover, and I think that's a young guy there.
40-something, 40. So not Connor Doles.
That's Charlie Briscoe.
But Charlie Briscoe, who
as I call him, the Count of Charlie Briscoe.
Who has the greatest football name I've ever heard, I think. That is an outstanding name. He leads the all-name team for Westfield.
The Count of Charlie Briscoe. Looking for big things from Charlie down the road. And as soon as this year in basketball, going to be a big player for Coach Champion's Fighting Hornet squad. You know, they keep sending the huddle in, and Bishop Smallwood being the receiver on this side, number one receiver on this side, you know, he doesn't go into the huddle. I'm wondering at some point if they're going to lose him and they can just run something.
You used to be able to do that. You can't do it anymore.
He's inside the numbers, though, so it's legal. Well, there's the catch before you run.
No, I'm talking about you used to be able to do that thing where you snuck that player on off the sidelines at the last second. That is not allowed anymore. What, do you have to be inside the numbers?
Usually inside the numbers, but you have to at least be inside the sideline official. So. Okay, the last thing we need right here is to give them the ball back without running much clock. So at least run some clock and flip the field. Preferably let's go down and get a score. You know, just, I'm not sure what we're doing there. I got a little confused about where the line of scrimmage was, and I think Powers was trying to get set and we snapped the ball.
So that'll make it second down at 15. And now you're just creating more things to try to overcome as the offense. So looks like we were lined up in the neutral zone.
We were.
Second down at 15.
Need a positive play here. You don't have to get a first down necessarily right here, but you'd like to see us get 7, 8, 10 yards right here. Just get that momentum kind of going forward again. That's 2 negatives in a row. So let's find a way to make some positive progress here and get us kind of going back into a rhythm of our offense again. Oof.
I don't know if Ryan Powers became more defensive back by the end of that.
I think quarterback took a little bit of a hit there too. So Kirkley took a little bit of a shot, just trying to get rid of that football.
He tried to hold it as long as he could to try to get the ball in there. And I believe that was 22 from Terrell Academy. That's Nick Freeman comes over and almost picks it off. He comes off of, I don't know if that was Smallwood that was in the area, but he came off a receiver.
Big play here. That's in pressure. We got it contained, busted. Takes a shot. Yeah.
Uh-oh. He may be hurt, too.
I
think that's Blackman.
Awful hard on that left side. I hope it's not a cramp. Looks like a cramp.
This will be the first punt of the night for the Hornets. 58 seconds to go here in the third quarter. So, man, that's tough right there. Don't even run the ball once on that drive.
No, we got a little calf cramp or some sort.
You would have, in my thought process, you would have liked to have at least gotten into the fourth quarter with that drive.
Without a doubt. And really, and we still can flip the field from where we're at with a good kick, but I would have liked to have at least maybe cross midfield, burned it into the fourth quarter, maybe even a minute or two into the fourth quarter, punted them inside the 20, make them drive the length of the field.
Right. I mean, with
all
the
that's
catch,
still there.
with the catch from Smallwood on first down, you're you're definitely in a different position.
You're ahead of the chains a little bit. That's right.
But how much do you think, going back to the run game, they have yet to figure that out? And I don't think they can, because they can't. Unless they're just going to send bodies.
Well, that's their answer, is more bodies in the box. And, run ball.
And that ball looked like it almost got loose.
Yeah, it did. We covered that well, but, 33, 34-yard line. So not bad field position. The defense really needs to bow their neck right here and get the ball back for the offense.
Yeah, as much as this game has seemed like it's been controlled from a Westfield perspective, right now it's kind of getting back into being a ball game.
I would agree.
42-28. It's not really a comfortable territory for the Hornets, not having possession of the football, not into the fourth quarter, and you just gave up a touchdown drive to the Eagles.
Would really love to see a momentum play, a big sack, or especially if we could get a turnover.
Trying to get off the field on fourth down would be.
We have some alignment problems there.
So good job of tracking that. Is that Hardy? Ooh, looks like we got another cramp over there.
I thought it might be Bishop Smallwood, actually.
Is it Bishop?
Yeah, 26.
Yep. Looks like Bishop may have a cramp issue as well. He grabbed his calf as soon as he came up. That's a pickup of 5 yards. Nice throw right there by Carpenter. And this should be the last play of the third quarter. 42-28 your score. Under 20 seconds to go here in the third. Westfield late getting lined up, and they will stack it up.
We're just abusing those guys up front. Our interior D-line and defensive ends are just abusing their interior O-line. They have no shot to block our guys.
So third and, I don't know, did he gain a half a yard maybe?
I'm sure, yep. Nice end of the quarter. They'll talk it over and try to get into a great play here. Hopefully we can dial up the right defense and knock them down right here and get the ball back.
So we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with the start of the fourth quarter. Westfield leads 42-28 on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
What I like about Westfield is just the family atmosphere that we have here. The teachers are just great, the coaches are great.
Even though I was not here when I started school, I came in and it was like everyone acted like I had been here the whole time. It's an environment where everyone just accepts you and wants to get to know you like they would have known you, like all of their friends that have been here since the beginning of grade school.
I just like the atmosphere that you have here. Everybody, they truly care about you.
Everyone in my grade, we're so close together. I think of them as my brothers and sisters almost, because they know me so well and I know them so well.
I think the most important thing that happened to me while I spent my time in Westfield is that I actually become a Christian, and then I actually find my faith, and I think Westfield gave me such a great Christian environment.
And welcome back inside the Hornets' Nest. Westfield trying to get set here. A big third down play in the start of the fourth quarter. Snap back to Carpenter. Looking to throw. He's going to throw the ball just out of reach. Good job by Greer getting over there and making the play. That's Brody Greer. No, I always get him wrong. That's Bryant Greer. I don't know what's up with that, but Bryant Greer doing a great job there. You think in this position of the field you got to punt it. If you're
with a whole quarter to go, I would say so too, because if you don't get it, I mean you're putting us in position to really put the game away.
But they're gonna.
Don't be surprised if we get a no play type situation where they're I think the hut play or the hard count trying to get them to jump. Oh, they're going for it. They like something. That's a. You didn't even give him a chance. I don't know about that call, but thank you nonetheless.
On the 30-yard, I guess he's thinking we can't stop them. We got to score here. Can't kick the ball back to him. I don't know. That's tough.
I guess, but our last possession we went 3 and out. I'd have been tempted to kick it deep and
now Westfield. Now if you're the Hornets, you don't have to run the football. I mean, you don't have to throw the football at all.
You're 4 down territory. You're
in 4 down territory. You're in plus territory, and you can literally just try to lean on him right now. This is where
Powers at tight end. They're getting numbers up. That's probably a tell that you're about to run the football. And look at that,
man.
just blowing holes open. And
Right.
Porter just running like a finisher he is.
Well, this is where Lane Kiffin would drive Nick Saban nuts when he was the OC at Alabama.
Now, explain to me how an offensive lineman gets his helmet completely torn off and you can't get an illegal hands to the face call, because it didn't just come off on its own. But, you can't see everything, and I get that.
That's why I don't really like that rule. I understand the rule because they're trying to protect the player, but obviously the player didn't lose the helmet because he didn't put his gear on right. He lost the helmet because somebody hit it or grabbed it, and that's
it's just
wide open.
It's just
and Falk may. Oh, he loses the ball. Oh, goodness! Inside the 5 at the 1, and he loses the football. Wow.
And that's a touchdown. He's gonna fight his way into the end zone.
And unfortunately, the gamble, I guess, in a sense, pays off if you're Terrell Academy. See if Westfield can bow their necks yet again. Always have a Georgia Southern story to tell, but reminds me of actually a local product. Robert Brown, we were playing Wofford in the playoffs up there. He does a play like that, gets spun around, and they strip the ball out like that in the playoffs. Woo! Kind of you get dinged there for extra effort. Not being able to hold on to the football in traffic inside the 5.
Well, this is where your teammates have to step up and have your back right here. Get a stop.
Flushing him out. I'm not sure who he found, but I guess it's number.
I would guess
it's 14.
Yep, Mr. Addison.
So Luke Addison comes up. With the big first down reception. Great pass by Carpenter. He got flushed out of the pocket to his right, and he finds the receiver out in the, I don't know, you call that the deep flats. That 10 to 15-yard range. They're going to get it out. Quick ball tip.
Oh, great play.
Good job. Who was that? Greer?
Oh, that's 18. That's
the youngster.
No, that's Cooper Avery.
Cooper Avery, the junior. Excuse me.
Cooper, a really tall kid. He's probably 6'2", 6'3". Able to get his big paw on that one and knock it down. That was a big play for us there. They had a man in the flats. I don't know how many yards he would have gotten after the catch because we were there, but
puts them behind the chains a little bit.
It does. Well, 2nd and 10 is behind the chains, but they've proven that they can make plays in the passing game. So.
And right now, if you're Coach Kinsler, you would think, hey, if they're going to go for it on their own 30, well, it's probably 4-down territory.
Exactly.
No matter what.
And again, we moved the ball on them like it was nothing. The turnover saved their tail, really.
Oh, that might be undercut. Great defensive play right there.
Great time. That's Bryant Greer. Yeah, timed that very well.
He does a good job there because instead of trying to go for the football and missing it,
right,
he affects the play by pushing the receiver at the time that the ball got there.
And the angle he had was perfect in that he could see the receiver and the ball in flight, so he could time the hit perfectly to break the play up. So.
Now, I see some big fellas for Terrell starting to get closer to the coach. I wonder if they may rethink, if they're yelling to get the punt team ready over there, if they may rethink that decision that they had on the last drive.
Well, they're not going to go for it 4th and 10 from their own 23, surely. I mean, there's still almost 11 minutes left in the game.
Right. I would have not bet that they would have gone for it on their own 34-yard line.
Oh, they got us for offsides, I think.
I don't know. That may be a snap infraction. Because it looked like the center did something funky with the football and caused our guy to jump, and then he kept going. You can't kind of stop and then restart and keep snapping it. We'll see what happens.
Got us.
Going to call offsides.
Yeah, I can't see that far. So what you said happened may have, but I did see green jerseys jump. So now they're 3rd and manageable. 3rd and 6, 3rd and a long 5. So
I contend, though, Coach Kinsler has them playing so far off the line that they would have to almost roll into the neutral zone.
And that's by design. That's by design to eliminate that tunnel. Oh, he went outside with it.
Oh, he got popped too.
Yeah, Powers made the play, but they moved the chain. So, but you know what? Again, going back to repeat what I said earlier, there are 10 and a half, 11 minutes left in the game. You're up 2 scores. Make them earn it. They have to go on a 12-play drive here if I'm Westfield.
Burn 6 minutes
Yeah,
off the clock.
make them burn half a quarter. Make them earn everything they get. You're gambling that they're going to make a mistake. They're going to throw a bad ball. There's going to be a bad snap. There's going to be a penalty, or there's going to be a sack.
Or they're going to have a drop on 3rd down.
Something along those lines. A lot has to go ball. That's the false start. He wasn't set yet. That's on the quarterback. He's got to be patient there.
So that'll push them back, Terrell Academy back 5 yards.
Mistake number 1. I mean, it's tough to do all these things. If for pass play to be, to work, so much has to happen. You have to block, which we've seen they haven't done a good job of blocking our D-line. Quarterback has to catch the snap. It's got to be a good snap. He's got to set his feet, see his receiver, deliver a good pass, catch the pass.
This is why coaches predominantly in high school football have loved to run the football.
Well, so, I mean, a lot less.
Less bad things can happen.
Right.
The same as why Ron Washington always sends runner from 3rd to home, because the defense has to be perfect to get him out.
Unless you're the Phillies and it's Alex Baum, who still hasn't touched home plate.
It doesn't matter anymore. I got to picture him being all sappy in the dugout.
Oh, he's dead meat right there.
Got him. Boom. And ran him into his own defender. That'll be a 4-yard loss. He gets crunched a little bit. Hopefully Carpenter's okay. He does hop right back up. He's been resilient tonight because he's got popped a little bit.
Good football player. I mean, both those guys. Several of their guys, but particularly 14, quarterback, number 7. Those guys are good football players.
Yeah, Pittman, obviously Addison has been, probably other than Porter Falk and Hunter Kirkley and Blackman, probably the best player on the field, specifically for Terrell.
Well, he certainly has produced. I mean, you can't argue with his production. I'm a little partial to our guys. I can't help it.
No doubt.
Coached them, for so long. Little screen, we're on it. Good read.
Well, good job of just slowing.
That's
feeling it.
You have to, and plus, anytime you're 2nd and 15, 2nd and 20, 3rd and 20,
draw.
You got to be thinking, draw screen.
Draw screen.
And a D-line is taught, okay, I'm turned free, I didn't even get touched. Retrace my steps, turn and run back. It usually takes you straight to the ball. And we did a good job of kind of diagnosing that early. Sure, he caught the ball, but okay, you gained 1 yard. Congratulations, now punt it.
How many times have you seen Bama or Georgia do that, just completely diagnose a screen pass and tear it up?
If I'm Ryan Powers, I don't get anywhere near it. Get away from the football right now. Yep.
Good job right there. And I think that's what Coach Kinsler, I saw him yelling at Ryan, just stay back. If they kick it way down here, go get it. But if it's short right here, leave it alone. There's no point.
Guarantee possession. You want to guarantee your possession of the football. You just got a good stop. Guarantee possession.
So Westfield dodges somewhat of a bullet, even though they would have gone up 3 scores with the fumble from Porter Falk. Don't mean to keep harping on that, but unfortunately,
Dean Massey has come into the game at guard, which you announced earlier as a starter. So he's getting some playing time. Obviously, we got a couple guys playing both ways.
Trying to get him some breathers. Looks like 26 Smallwood came out.
Maybe getting Luke White a quick break.
Was that Trey Hardy, I think? Is he out there? I thought I saw him
He has played a lot of safety tonight, but I don't know.
I thought I saw him over there come in and spell Bishop Smallwood.
He may be.
Hand it off to Porter Falk and
right back to him. Yep, there you go.
And he picks up 15 on the play.
And it's he's running through a hole you could drive a bus through.
He's got to be over 100.
Oh, easily. And I'm not. And that's not a knock on Porter. He's a fantastic running back, but the offensive line is just blowing holes up front that he can just drive a truck through. So, and Kirkley's been the benefit of some of that too, and even Noah Blackman when he's played some in the backfield, and the 2-back set they've done.
How much, from a coaching perspective, do you think the play clocks being down there helps out?
Oh, it helps out tremendously.
You used to have to guess.
From an offensive coach's perspective, it's everything,
especially in this situation.
This situation,
right?
You're trying to milk it down to the last minute. Occasionally, not with the bunch we have now or even with the bunch we had last year. But there's times in my career that I've, approaching 20-year coaching career that you've had times where, maybe you didn't have the best talent on the field. and you're thinking, okay, well, I'm going to shorten this game as much as I can and try to score in the last 3 minutes and win.
Right.
So you're thinking, even in the first quarter, hey, we don't want to snap the ball until 6-7 seconds left on the clock.
Absolutely.
You're trying to run the clock. Give them as few possessions as you can. Some of those more explosive offenses as you've seen down, in this story, in history
Kirkley
of your career.
goes.
Yep, that's the zone. Pulled it. That's good. And
Good read right there.
Great read.
Even though I think Porter's probably 6 yards down the field, but Kirkley gets about 12 yards down.
Well,
so.
12 is greater than 6 last I
Right.
checked, so we'll take it. But the only thing you need to be careful of there is that mesh. Sometimes you can get a little sticky.
Scariest
a little
part
sticky.
of that.
So Kirkley just has to be decisive early and let him feel that he's giving that ball or pulling it. He's got to know right now before they even get into any contact with the defense.
That's sometimes tough if you got an athletic end who can kind of play both.
And I think Terrell has that, especially with number 34. But the catch is he's been playing both ways all night. He's a little gassed.
Yeah.
He just ended up, that's 32 actually, just ended up on his backside down there on the back, about 10 yards down the field.
And they've got a player down. I think, again, like you said, that's going to be more exhaustion than it is injury, hopefully. He's coming off the field. I think gassed would be the appropriate word that you use.
Yeah. And I do see Trey Hardy coming off the field, so he was in the game, as you mentioned. Smallwood, I think, is back on the far side over there.
Yeah, you've got
number 1 receiver.
You haven't seen Powers on this drive.
Well, he's a tight end. They're playing a little heavier set,
now.
trying to run the football. Work the clock, just another hole to run through.
And that's the versatility of Ryan Powers. He's kind of got that.
Porter got up wanting the ball. He's doing the old run it again play. So 3rd and 1. I think you find your spot you like the best up front, and you run right at them right here.
Ryan Powers is kind of that Kyle Pitts type of tight end / whatever, big receiver in the slot.
Definitely. And he can go up and get it, too, when
Right.
he's getting the opportunity. They're resetting the play clock. Told them to reset the play clock.
I think he just stopped it.
Oh, okay.
But Kirkley going to keep it,
got away.
snuck
He's
away.
Score. Look at that little cut back. There's that 22. He just said nope.
There's about 4 of them tackling Porter over there, but Kirkley's in the end zone.
22 saw him cut and just stopped and kept walking. He didn't even try to. Nope, I'm not tearing my knee up tonight, guys. Go ahead and take that cut back.
And Westfield goes back on top by 3 scores, 48-28. And the Hornets hoping to finally close the door on these Terrell Eagles. Tell you what, they've been a tough matchup here tonight. Westfield has had to really fight and claw to create this separation, and Terrell has not wanted to go away.
Kirkley came over pointing at his arm. I thought he might have been hurt, but actually I think the guy lost his his wristband on his somebody ripped it off trying to tackle him. I guess it's laid on the field, or maybe it's over in Terrell's sideline.
Uh-oh. Got a little extracurricular down there.
You don't want to. Oh, no, don't start. No, get out of it.
Nope, get back on the sideline. Y'all get back on the sidelines. I'm not sure what happened down there. Obviously, very heated contest so far. Back and forth, lots of emotions.
Yep.
But, again, you can't let that keep you from playing in other games down the road. And that's exactly what getting tossed out of a game for throwing a punch would do.
Well, the guy that kind of took the brunt of it on our side was the newly crowned Mr. Westfield, Tanner Roberson. And the men in green couldn't stand for Mr. Westfield to be attacked. And I don't know if you mentioned it. I might have missed it, but Claire Lee crowned homecoming queen tonight.
Yeah, no, I did not get to it because we were trying to work out the power issues with the camera. But, yeah, congratulations to her. And
sweet young lady, and Tanner's just, you got to be quiet.
Yeah.
But
that's up and good. Even with the extra yardage added on, Westfield extends the lead to 49-28. So the Hornets create a little bit of separation. We'll stay here and finish out the fourth quarter.
You feel like that's what we mentioned earlier. You feel like that turn of events with us ended up scoring right there, running the clock, ran some clock down the field methodically, established the run game. You feel like you probably have put it away now.
Right.
There's still the threat of a quick score and an onside kick and all those are good things, but with the way Terrell is dragging a little bit, you feel like even if they do score a quick win, we can get back in the offense and run the ball out of them and kill the clock. So I feel pretty good about where you're at now, up 20-21 with just 6 minutes left.
So changing gears a little bit, at what point do you think Joe Allen is going to lobby y'all for one of those pop-up tent things on the sidelines?
Oh, that you pull over?
Like the college teams have? Y'all got to get one of those.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Joe might be in there taking a nap or something during the game. I don't know.
No, the one who chip champion needs to be down there taking a nap during the game to catch up on a little bit of rest. I know all y'all work tirelessly, but he's all over the place.
You sign up for this gig, there's long hours involved, but I've never known another person in our profession that works as hard as chip champion. And I say this, and to show you that of course, the kick goes to 14 there. Just Trey kept contained. That makes the play.
Can the Hornets get the ball away from Addison?
I don't know.
He's all over the place tonight.
But this is, maybe show you how much respect I have for him. The only person that I can say I've ever known that works as hard as chip champion was my father, and he unfortunately is not in as good a health as he used to be. But that's a compliment because Chip works his tail off. In fact, let me mention the field. Of course, it looks great as it always does. But 3 weeks ago, it didn't.
Right.
We had some issues with some grass issues and some weed issues.
Lots of rain.
And the rain was the major problem. And you can't do anything about that. What do you do? But Chip made it happen, right? And the field looks great. So that's just a little snippet of what he does. But there's so much more to it. But
man, hit him in the wrong spot, right in the hands.
A little behind him, but man, he made a good adjustment to the ball. That would have been
Smallwood?
That was Smallwood. Yeah. That would have been the nail in the proverbial coffin, I believe.
Right, absolutely. Well, I know Chip's looking forward to the day, if it ever happens, where y'all get artificial turf over here. But
we've already been kind of putting it in his ear a little bit. Hey,
then y'all only have to cut, like 3 or 4 other fields?
Well, we're fortunate that we don't do a lot of – well, a couple of the coaches do. But I don't personally do a lot of grass cutting. But as someone who's been painting fields for a long time and cannot stand doing it, please, let me tell you where you can donate the money to get us a turf field.
That is thrown out to Pittman.
Solid. Oh, we slipped off. That kid's hard to tackle, man.
He's a big fella, too.
Kind of.
I was about to say, I saw Coach Farmer out here last year drawing off some shot put lines or something. So I know he's been out. He's been out here on the field.
Westfield track team. Building excellence.
So first down and 10 after that completion to Pittman.
So I don't know if you know this about Coach Farmer or myself, but we are AP guys. We are AP teachers.
Westfield got the benefit right there. They did not get the player off the field. I don't know why the official didn't blow that dead anyways. It looked like he was injured.
Well, in that case, the players got to, and they're probably talking to him about it on the sideline right now.
Hit the turf.
You got to hit the turf.
Right.
You got to get them to stop the clock.
So 4-yard pickup there.
Comeback's off.
They're trying to get some youngsters back in the game.
Trying to work in a couple. You got 21 in. I think that might be Russ Hiley. Let me check that number.
Cameron Kalmbach does not want to come out of the game. He is beside himself over there on the sideline. He does not want to come out.
Dean Massey went in for him. Russ Hiley in at defensive end. Oh, Dean Massey on the blitz. Oh, that's a great play. I think he grabbed the jersey.
Oh, wow.
I thought he grabbed the jersey, not the shoulder pads. That's the play. That's the call you get when you're down 21, man. I thought that was clean. They're a little closer to the action than I am, I will say, so they've got a little better angle on it.
Well, the white hat's right there. Why is the guy way back here making that call is my question.
Maybe it was maybe it was something else. Let's see what he calls.
Nope. He called it.
Face mask, actually. Maybe he brushed his face mask on the way.
The waddle's coming out. Coach Fitz. I've seen this before on the baseball diamond.
But, as a young guy on this team, you like to see that your head coach is going to fight for you.
Oh, no doubt.
And Dean Massey is a young guy. That's the penalty on Rob there. And now he's getting his money's worth.
That's the first time I've seen somebody get tossed from a football game. Wow. Well, you know what? I tell you what, the officials better be right on that on film because he just doubled down on his call there. So.
Yep. I think we're about to get to see the chip champion himself here. Man, I hate that for Coach Fitz because I think he's going to have to miss the game next week too now. Of course, he might have known that game was in Augusta. You reckon? No, I'm just playing.
So if he gets are they going to tack another one on? Trying to figure out what the application is here.
Yeah, I would guess that's a dead ball penalty, so it's going to be 30 yards in penalties right here.
Well, we'll see what happens. Do you know what that sounds like? That's going to have to be a call-up job. We're going to have to go to the bullpen for one of the middle school coaches next week, I think.
I've got an injury. I'm on the IR.
I think Coach Farmer and Coach Fowler are going to have to be called up from the bullpen next week.
I don't know the weight. I don't know the weight of Briarwood. I don't believe. No, listen, they've got in all seriousness, they've got more experience on that staff than 99% of the staffs in the state. So let me tell you. So.
Oh yeah, there's
Coach
no
Kinsler,
doubt. What
Coach
you got?
Hodges, Coach Robinson. I tell you, they've got that covered. So.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I know you were picking a little bit.
They just need bodies, man. They need bodies. They got to have somebody to help out.
Might have to call down the Wyatt Young from the box. Get him down there on the field.
I don't know, but if you ever question why you would want to play for Coach Fitz, I think that answered it to you right there. You're up 21 points, and he's still out there giving it to the official because he felt like his guy did the right thing. Yeah, you got to think that maybe that might be, if you're having to miss next week, that might be a decision you'd want to change, but you can't fault the wanting to stick up for his guy.
No, he's definitely going to stick up for his guy. And the guys know that about him, so that's why they love playing for him. And Dean made a good play there, and I can't see that far to know if he grabbed his face mask or not. I don't know. But, the referee calls it, and Rob's going to stick up for his guy. I'm sure he'd tell you that I can't speak for him, but I'm sure he'd tell you maybe he wish he could have stayed in the game. But you got to stick up for your kid there, man, no doubt. Especially when you get a young guy, a sophomore, Dean Massey. He makes a great play like that, effectively, maybe ending the game in some ways. And, to get called for that, it kind of stinks. But
Powers there, good job of breaking down and making a play.
Keep him in front. That kid has broken so many runs. Keep him in front, make the play.
Ooh, he came out limp, too. Let's hope he's okay. Don't want to see Luke Addison get hurt.
I don't know, but he's going to sleep good tonight. I can tell you that.
Yeah,
he's probably run about 4 miles tonight when all of his routes.
I think him and Carpenter are probably going to have a good sleep tomorrow. They may pull one of those high school sleep-ins until about, I don't know, what did I do when after football games? Until about 12:30 the next day.
I wish I had that luxury. My parents you couldn't sleep past 8.
Not if I played a football game the night before. Tired, man. Got to get some rest. Picked off. Oh, no.
Fell down on the
Great
turn.
play by Addison.
Again, and it's a good ball. It's one of those back shoulder throws. That's a good ball by the Q there.
That looked like it was going to be it really looked like he had an opportunity, and right there you see I think that was not Noah Blackman, but Brody McDaniel giving Addison some props on that one.
Ryan got a little twisted up, and Ryan's not a natural defensive back. He's a good defensive back. He's a good athlete, and that's why we have him there to defend him. He really has played, and again, they may be playing him at defensive back this year. I don't know. Obviously, they're playing him in this game at defensive back. But I know last year he worked more at linebacker.
Right.
So he is obviously his first role is to play wide receiver for us / tight end type.
Right.
So
more of that kind of slash guy.
The point of all that is to say he's probably not quite used to playing that back shoulder throw.
Ball skills on that one's a little difficult
he's
anyways.
Lost the ball a little bit, no doubt.
I mean, even for the guys that have been defensive backs.
There you see that back shoulder throw burn the best DBs in the country every Saturday and every Sunday. So
you kind of throw it at that back ear hole. That's
tough to defend if it's a well-thrown ball, and that one was.
Oh, man. You know, speaking of the whole exchange down on the field, the hardest part about that is all the daggum paperwork they're going to have to fill out to get that thing through the if I'm the white hat, I'm maybe rethinking that decision. You know, like, do I really want to have to go to all this work to file all that stuff?
The few times in my career I've had a player, you know, get tossed, which I mean that's only happened like maybe once or twice, but I've had a bunch of unsportsmanlike, you know, through the years they've accumulated, and I used to say that to the white hat. I'm like, listen, can I just pull him out of the game the rest of the game and just sit him, and then let's just pretend like this penalty didn't happen, because that'll save you some paperwork.
Right.
It never worked.
I can remember one.
Works.
I can remember one down in down in Hayhira that happened. That was pretty salty between the two crews down there.
Listen, there was one year in Hayhira. It probably was 14.
No.
Might have been 15,
15, actually. Yeah, 15.
Well, Jake Walls and I were up top. And
we were up there with you.
And on the way down, I thought Jake Walls and I were going to have to fight our way out of the bleachers.
Oh,
and I thought, well, you know, that's two pretty big beef guys coming out of there. They didn't have any problems, you know, verbally assaulting us. So,
yeah, I said some unfortunate things that night as well up there. It was funny, though, that I'll have to tell you about it later, but it was interesting, some of the things that were told to us about even some of the Valwood folks down there, that they were frustrated with their own guys for starting.
Well, that coaching staff was no longer there, so I'll say this. Their defensive coordinator at the time, at one point in the game, stands out on the numbers and does the old DMX crotch chop at us across the field, and I'm sitting there going, are you kidding me right now? So, and Farmer's nodding his head over here because he saw it. He knows he did it. But, you know, we had kind of dominated them a couple of years in a row.
Right.
And then, you know, they got us that year at home. I mean, down there at their place, I mean. And so they were, you know, wanting to thump their chest a little bit.
49-35, and you got another flag down on the field. All of a sudden, you got flag happy.
Well, they're gonna tighten the reins a little bit now. We've gotten a little, you know, in the last, you know, fourth quarter or so, they've gotten a little chippy down there, and the referee has to take over that game to make sure that we don't have any more incidences. And I have no idea what just happened. So
I think it's a illegal substitution.
I think that's what that signal means, but I don't know what happened. We have 12 on the field.
Yeah, I see one run off after.
Oh yeah, that Briarwood game's fall break. That's well planned by Fitz. Fall break, no game. We're out of school Friday.
Does he have a reservation down at the beach or something?
Timeshare.
So
I thought he was going to bounce that and go to the house for a second there.
A good run though. He bounces it outside, then cuts it back up into the middle, picks up 4 yards maybe. Who's hurt?
He's fine. Just laying at the bottom of the pile. This is when you just keep picking at that clock as an OC going tick, 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 tick.
If you're Steve Spurrier here, I think a post pattern.
William Smith rolling in the game at a receiver.
I think you're looking to hit Riddell Anthony on a post pattern if you're Spurrier.
I think that's the Z receiver. Yeah. Jacquez Green, Peach County guy.
Keeping it. Nice keep right there. Cutting back. And I tell you what, Kirkley has been dynamite doing that. And he's going to.
I'll tell you what, we found us up 52. Hudson McGee celebrating down the field. That was pretty cool.
What a run.
Love to see that excitement. Yeah, he's really.
I can't tell who's been better tonight, Porter Falk or Kirkley.
I'll tell you what, we've kind of given some teams some problems in the future watching our tape. You know, they're going to account for both those guys in the run game. Was going to make that zone really good.
that, and it helps out.
It's going to open out the passing game. Yeah,
right.
That's right.
I know what Coach J.T. Wall's thinking. Going to look at this film, and he's going to be like, we need more fullback action against Westfield down the road.
Well,
getting that power
what?
eye.
I would invite him to do that because that's probably where our strength is. You know
I'm
what
kidding.
I mean?
But I don't think Coach Wall could ever not have a fullback in his offense in some way, shape, or form.
Because of his history, I'm assuming, yeah. They were offsides. That ball got through. I guess they were offsides, but it sure looked like they were.
56-35 will stay here, 2:50 to go. Coach Fitz hopefully can watch the broadcast back in the coach's office. If you've just joined us, he's earned an early exit from the game, but Westfield is on top 56-35, and
Yeah, I tell you, one of the best positives from this game is that I feel like we maybe have kind of blossomed finally offensively.
Scored a lot of points. That's definitely the case.
Yeah.
And when you're looking back on this, if you're Westfield's offensive staff, you're probably thinking, man, we probably left 2 or 3 more scores out there.
Definitely. I think they would agree with that statement. And, and again, you don't know how good Terrell is defensively. Brookwood scored a lot of points on them. I don't know if that was last week or the week before, but they scored about 35 on Terrell. And Terrell put up about the number we did,
47.
We have,
like that,
and so it's so you don't know how great they are defensively, but I think you can kind of see our identity starting to form offensively. You've got some of your passing game stuff. We've hit some big passes, but we really kind of have I don't want to say we found our identity with the run game, but with Porter carrying the ball and Kirkley with his running ability, that has obviously opened up some things. And that's not an onside kick there. That's a don't kick it deep so we give up a touchdown.
Right. Well, you don't want to kick it at Pittman.
No, definitely not.
Really, you don't want to kick it at Addison either.
Neither one.
Pittman's the guy you don't want to kick it
Addison's the kid that's not so hard to tackle. He's just hard to corral, right? Pittman, he's hard to tackle. We kind of had our hands on him all night, but we just can't. First guy never brings him down.
2:45 to go here. 2:46, to go here in the fourth quarter. Westfield. And 35 points, it seems like the defense has played way better than that.
Yeah.
And I know
It's big plays. They've hit some big plays. We've helped them a little bit with a few penalties.
Right.
They've hit big plays. It'll be interesting to see what Terrell does here. Do they keep, kind of run and gun it, or are they thinking, okay, let's just play out the last 2 minutes and get on the bus?
Ball's high to Pittman. Great job going up and catching it, and he outruns most of the squad to the sideline.
All due respect to Coach Murdoch and his, offensive wizardry. But I'd have to think hard about 7 being in the backfield for me. Golly, that guy's tough to tackle.
Why are they moving the chains? I thought that was – it is a first down. I was confused for a second because they had a 2 up. First down and 10, 2:38 to go here in the game. Clock stopped because you ran out of bounds.
Let's get a pick and then let's kneel on it.
Ooh, went through 2 hands.
Not
Pittman
real sure.
And
I think that ball was meant to go to 32. Who is, let's see, catch that number.
Quindon Wright.
Quindon Wright, yeah. I think that was meant for him on a little 5-yard hitch, but once he got tipped, he had no shot. Ball was coming in hot, too.
Shenard Pittman went through his hands, then through Wright's hands. Carpenter put a little zip on that ball.
Check your matchup over here with 14. One-on-one with Powers. Keep throwing the ball. It's their sideline to their sideline, in the boundary. There's not a lot of room to make a big play over there.
Yeah.
It's such a short field. Maybe they're thinking, get out of bounds. But, gosh, now you're 3rd and 6.
Well, maybe that's Coach Murdoch's thought process with Pittman is you put him in the backfield, do you waste him a little bit knowing that maybe your struggles are on the offensive line?
Maybe you're right, yeah.
And you want to get him in space with a football, but I don't know, maybe you can play around with him in the backfield, move him around into different places, motion him out.
There's 14. And that's actually a good play by Powers.
Yeah, I mean
you're playing safe here. Just don't let him get behind you. Keep him in front, making sure tackle, tick, 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 goes the clock. And Terrell actually has all 3 timeouts according to the scoreboard. So,
Westfield's got 1 Because they took a timeout after the ejection.
And then real early they took one.
Right.
So in the half, which is fine. I mean, obviously we want the clock to run. So.
Yeah, we don't need a timeout right here.
Terrell does have their timeouts if they choose to use them. But down 21, I kind of get the feeling like we're going to try to score and then kind of go from there. But I don't think
They're sending Cole Miller after him. Good catch right there. Gets out of bounds. I think that's number 11, I think. I don't have an 11, but I think it's on that roster over there.
Dozier Swain. Yeah, we've called his name a couple of times tonight.
So 1:55 to go. That's a 2nd down and 4 to go. So we're under 2 minutes to go. Westfield again up by 21, 56-35.
It's kind of been steady all night. Multiple receivers to their sideline, and then he runs the solo route over here to 14.
Yeah,
it's kind of just back and forth, back and forth. That's kind of the whole offense.
That's such a hard throw. Far hash, have to throw all the way across the field to the other hash, really almost to the numbers. That's a long throw.
Roberson back in on the defensive line along with Gage Rollins. Westfield trying to get some fresh bodies in to get after the passer.
To your point, I think you can see how tired Terrell is now.
Yeah, it's been a long game too. To think about all these passes, the clock keeps stopping. It just makes the game last longer.
More plays.
And we're very physical up front, as you can see by that play. So
you can definitely tell
that was Gage Rollins on the play. Good for him. These guys are in my study hall. I got to pump them up a little bit.
Hey man, you got to give them a shout out when you can, especially when they make a play. I think that was probably Coach Kinsler and Coach Fitzpatrick's being upset so much about Massey making such a big play and then getting penalized for it. That just kind of hit at the soul of youngster getting in there and making a big play. Throw, and that is caught.
But is he?
I think he's got it. Got down to the 32.
So.
Yeah, he's got enough.
Cleared it by a yard.
So good throw and catch right there from Carpenter. Believe that was that 16?
I thought it was.
Travis Shipley. 1:05 to go here in the game. Westfield will go to 3-1. Terrell will drop to 5-1 on the season.
Terrell's got a lot of football left in front of them, and they've already beaten Gatewood this year. They are definitely a contender in AA. I think that'll false start right there by the receivers. They've been close all night. I've been kind of noticing that, but I think they finally got them. Center's probably just getting tired and drugged the snap a little bit. But
well, that's kind of what I felt like earlier when Westfield got the offside call was the deal. It seemed weird, funky with the snap, and why I thought it may be an illegal snap, but I don't know.
And we'll be at Briarwood next week in Warrington, I think.
Warrington, which will be a good, 2.5 hour drive?
It's a haul, but, when they get the new interstate, they're talking about getting built and the new infrastructure deal, if that ever gets done.
They got a pretty decent-sized highway over there.
We'll have a shot all the way to Augusta to Macon, so that'll be nice. But anyway.
That'll be when you retire.
Yeah, that's going to be a long time from now, unfortunately, with one in college and two freshmen.
So a throw. Oh, my goodness. That one right in his breadbasket and drops it.
Another good pass running to his right. You almost want to send pressure off that side and make him go to his left. But
kind of like a basketball player who likes to dribble to his right side, a right-hander.
That's right.
Force him to go left.
Force him the other way. Easier said than done, though.
Right, absolutely.
But about next week, Briarwood is another, I would say, top 4 or 5 contender in AA. So Terrell can kind of get a measuring stick on that, I guess, and we'll kind of see. Last year we, I'll say didn't play our best game offensively against. And I said that as someone who was calling the plays, so I'm taking responsibility there. Against Briarwood, ended up in a tie last year, so our kids really want to get a piece of them. So
and that ball thrown behind.
They've got a.
I think that was right. You said a pretty good quarterback, correct?
Yeah, really good quarterback, but he's leading. He's more of a rusher than a pass. He can throw it, but he's a leading rusher in the state.
I wonder how that's going to work, though, the contrast with Westfield's front.
Well, exactly. I think it's a bad matchup for them. We'll see. I don't know. I haven't seen him on film. I can't speak for sure. But Briarwood plays very disciplined, sound football.
Right.
And they're well coached, so We'll have to obviously play well to win, especially on the road. The further you get away from home, the further you feel like you're behind when the game starts.
Oh, great play right there. That's Pittman again?
It is.
You just can't hardly get him down in the field of play.
It looks like both sides are a step slower than they were an hour ago. But it's a humid night. It's still warm.
I mean, look at Smallwood down there.
Yeah, they're hurting, man. They're going to be sleeping well tonight, both sides.
This is where you're.
It's a track meet. It's been a track meet all night.
This is where coaches are reminding them, hey, you remember when we told you to drink fluids all week?
Oh, yeah.
This is why.
But, you can drink and drink and drink those fluids. But when you play both sides in a game like this where I don't know the number of plays that have been called, but it's a ton. And, you can't help but be gassed. And you think about some of these big guys up front that have played both sides. There's contact on every play. That's so physically draining. Find the ball.
Pick. Oh, he dropped it.
Let it run out. Let it run out. Yeah, okay. It's good clock operation up here by the official on that play. So